Alright. Let's do this. The year is 1492 DR, where our story begins in the Western Heartlands, in a realm known as Elturgard, or the Kingdom of the Two Suns. Elturgard is a theocracy of the deity Torm, and its capital city, Elturel, is a powerful centre for agriculture and trade in the region, renowned for its paladin knighthood, the Order of the Companion, and its fierce mounted warriors, the Hell Riders. Elturel was, until a moment ago, situated atop a steep hill, with its cliff overlooking the River Kyanthar, which runs from beyond the reaching woods in the east, towards the Sword Coast in the west. Above the city hovered an impossible sight. Like a second sun, a brilliant orb known as the Companion produced no heat, but illuminated the city day and night, and could be seen from the furthest reaches of Elturgard. The miracle of the Companion brought all kinds of pilgrims and devotees, and although the ruler of Elturel, the High Observer Flavius Krieg, took credit for summoning it, none besides he truly understood where it came from or what its purpose really was. But now all of that has changed. Each of you is in the area for a different reason, but none of you are inside the city itself at this moment. If you had been, wouldn't be here to take part in this tale. Nothing could have prepared you for what was to come. You're some distance from Elturel, looking towards it, and before your eyes, the Companion, that great shining orb above, erupts with an arc of lightning, shaking the city and the river with a crack of deafening thunder. A few more times it licks the metropolis with electricity, and then it fades from a brilliant gold to a dark, impenetrable black. Immediately, the city is plunged into darkness, even though it's the middle of the day. And then the air itself seems to warp around you, and the ground begins to tremble. And then suddenly, vroom, the entire city of Elturel disappears, the Companion along with it, blasting the region with heat and energy and setting fire to everything that surrounded it. Forced backwards onto the ground, you climb back up as the light returns to see that only a crater remains in the hill where Elturel stood. And as the ringing in your ears diminishes, you begin to hear shouts and screams of panic. Everyone in the city has vanished, but those Elturians who'd been further out remain as witness, their homes on fire, their friends and families simply gone into the unknown. You stumble around for some time trying to get your bearings, and you come eventually upon a collection of wagons where a few bruised and confused individuals are gathering. You begin to make your way towards them, not knowing what else to do. And this is where you meet one another. So let's do a round of character descriptions, specifically just what you look like and how you're reacting to this situation, and what you might be doing or saying as you approach this caravan of survivors and become aware of each other. Let's go in character order, starting with Alina Silvermoon.
You would pick me first.
We can go in reverse order if you'd like.
Reverse order, please.
Okay. Starting with Markar.
So, in front of you, Markar approaches a young turtle, very instinct hands. So he was in the middle of, he was in the middle of documenting the topography of the surrounding area, and he realized, oh well, it looks like he has to make a big amendment on his plans and drawings. He's just in, excuse the pun, he's actually shell-shocked how something so like vast and large just disappeared. He makes his way confused to the other survivors, just looking for some refuge.
Awesome. All right, Kensei Kenway.
All right, so walking in very very perturbed and very confusingly, kind of like walking up as this like pale tiefling, about rather tall for someone of his race, very muscular, about like high 6 feet, low 7 feet tall, wearing very loose clothing around his like upper torso and legs, but underneath appears to have some chainmail and some armaments around him. Just sort of walking around, kind of like perturbed and mumbling about something, trying to look under like scraps and bricks houses and go, and they took the damn rum too, the bastards.
All right.
More or less trying to search for his own personal beings than really the concerns of others.
Both of them, or just more? Yeah, more his own personal than others.
More of his personal than others, really.
Right. All right. Jean Lamont, Zulavi.
So you see scurrying forth towards you this 3-foot-high rat folk with dark, rather luxuriously sleek-looking fur, but you can see that his skin underneath has gone very pale. He's completely shocked and horrified by the violent disappearance of the city, and he looks like he's dressed very, very finely in like lovely silk and gold thread, and he carries with him a lovely lute as well that makes music.
Lovely.
Not the 00 kind, you know.
That's coming later. Nice. All right. Gennaro Rumford.
Okay. Basically, you see 6-foot human. Basically, like a medium build. He has a bag of odd, like kind of ticking trinkets. He has almost a stoic look to his face as he just kind of stares, and kind of the wheels turning behind his eyes as he takes in the situation, as he kind of carefully grasps like one of his like mechanical oddities, and you can maybe see a little flash of kind of fire behind his eyes.
All right. And Ethel Hatt.
I think Ethel looks shockingly put together for the situation. She's been a librarian for forever, so she's like is like very professional, walking right towards this caravan and like furiously taking down notes, because she knows that at some point this will be important in history. But I think you can probably tell that she's still pretty shaken and does not know what the hell is going on.
Okay.
Until the insurance company hears about the books, they're going to be floored.
Exactly. There was a whole library in there, gone entirely. What are we gonna do?
More concerned with the books than the people.
Exactly. Those were some old books, probably really important.
Nice. And Alina.
Gosh, I'm so glad I went last because those descriptions were on point. Oh, okay. So you see a 5'10" high elf, more specifically moon elf. Her clothing is dark and colored, kind of good for sleuthing around in the darkness, but as she kind of pulls back her hood, you see dark black tinted blue, almost like midnight color, braided hair filled with vines and leaves, and almost seemingly more pale than she should be. In all my years of life as an elf, not quite seeing a town ever disappear. Again, probably just as shell-shocked as everyone else looking around, and as elegantly and tastefully put together that her clothing is, finely tailored. In this moment, almost looks disheveled and unsure what to do with the situation.
All right, cool. So you all, you kind of notice each other, and you notice this, these kind of like various survivors, like refugees, who have begun to gather near a small collection of carts and tents and wagons, and forming this makeshift caravan. and there's many people kind of like stumbling out of the smoke as you are, and there's nothing but a crater at the edge of the cliff where Elturel was, and the area surrounding the city is made up of rocky terrain. It slopes unevenly to the west of where Elturel was, and the Kyanthar River is turbulent, and it's flowing along the southern shoreline. And it's about maybe like 9 o'clock in the morning, and there's a clear view of the outskirts south of the city's elevated cliff face. But otherwise, dust and smoke is just kind of hanging overhead, and it's making it very dim and kind of difficult to see. And it smells like smoke and ash, and there's several unrecognizable yet distinctly disturbing odors drifting throughout the area. And there's like locals nearby calling out for other surviving friends and family. And you see there's these people kind of collecting together at this caravan, looking just as confused as many of you feel. And at this point, you notice there's this young girl who's standing with some of the people at the at this point the police arrive, and
oh, it's serious, but crime is already on its way.
I have no idea what to do. Glad they're here.
They did not do anything.
Finally, the men in black have arrived.
I'm gonna get a new microphone. I just pick up way too much shit. Anyway, this young female human, she looks to be maybe somewhere between like 10 and 12. She's big wide eyes and a single brown braid, and she's wearing a white dress, and she's got this sort of light brown pullover with like a symbol stitched in the front, and you kind of notice it looks like maybe a pair of hands bound with a cord. She kind of breaks away from the group and like comes towards you sort of like cautiously but confidently, and says, "Hello, are you okay? Would you like to join our group?"
Little girl, can you tell me what is your group? Do you know what has happened to this city?
No, I have no idea. No one seems to. But we began trying to collect some of the survivors and trying to get them together. And maybe we would try to get out of here together.
It's better than sticking around here in this crater. Maybe find a place that actually has some alcohol left, though. Hopefully the next destination doesn't play it also a Houdini act and just go...
She sort of like giggles a little bit awkwardly, like she's not exactly sure what you're talking about.
Long story. It involves a wizard that might have been a little bit too much of his ego, but that's a lot.
He says, I actually was coming through this area on a pilgrimage, you see, and, well, to be honest, I didn't really know what my purpose was, but now that I find myself here in this situation, I feel somehow that maybe my purpose is to save some of these people. And I was on my way to Baldur's Gate, actually, and it seems like it might be a good idea to try to get some of these refugees to go to Baldur's Gate. Some of you look, pretty capable. Would you consider helping us? Do you want to come with us?
Oh, you sweet summer child.
Maybe there is someone at the Baldur's Gate that can explain some of this. I must know where this Elturel has gone.
At this moment, this old guy that's like standing amongst the wagons as well sort of notices that Dara has left the group and kind of come over to speak to you. This guy like looks like he's more like maybe 70 or something. He's like a human as well, and he begins walking over. He's got like neck length grey braids, and he's wearing this roughly stitched hide smock that's dusty from years of work. and he's kind of like leaning on this like shepherd's crook, and he's got this like little like kind of like scraggly looking goat that's kind of like just sort of nearby him, and he comes over and says, "Dara, is everything okay?" And Dara says, "Yes, I'm just talking to these fine people. They're survivors. They say they might come with us." And he kind of comes over and says, "Ah, yes. What are you doing here?"
I wanted alcohol, and then God said no.
Oh, which god would that be?
Probably not a nice one, as the no took your city.
Yes, it must be a very evil god indeed. But actually, we are worried about some of the people who might still be in some of the buildings and homes and shops and things that are on the outskirts. And as you see, few of us are good at fighting. The old guy says, "Yes, many of us have had seen too few years or too many, and we're worried about several of these individuals." He kind of like points out, and you kind of see like all these sort of buildings on the outskirts that have survived. Like, if you're interested in coming with us, would you consider trying to help some of these people and bring them back to the caravan before we leave? We can't after all leave without trying to save as many people as we can.
Oh, at the very least, we could see if there's something of use that's left. If not, someone.
Yes.
I will be willing to help. I mean, not for booze by any means. I think human life may take precedence over such things.
Yes, well, I can understand the urge to drink at a time like this. I do agree that there do seem to be more pressing matters. No offense, kind sir.
First off, you insult me by calling me a kind sir.
Oh,
Everyone has different, I was about to say personalities, but priorities.
too true. I'm sorry if I overstepped. But if you say that you might like to find, see if you can find something useful, assuming you do mean items other than liquor, we would like to actually, we do believe that maybe the trading post has survived this strange occurrence. It existed on the outskirts of town, and we were thinking somebody should probably go there to see if they have any food. They usually have stockpiles of bread and cured meats and pickled preserved vegetables and such, and there may be some survivors there. And also, there's also the smithy. None of us have any weapons, and we're concerned if we make the journey to Baldur's Gate that we're completely unarmed. Though we thought also that if the smithy has survived, that there may be some people there with some weapons and armor and such.
Alright, I'll do
Mark.
it for a fighter fee.
Yeah. Mark stands up, screws up the map that he was working on because he needs to it's or he spent the whole morning documenting the area, so he's just screwing up the map, throwing it over his shoulder. He's dusting himself off to lend a hand.
I guess the map's probably not so good anymore.
It's not
Not
really
accurate
relevant.
anymore. It's a little.
What would have been
Just burn
worse?
a big hole in it.
Would have been a kick to the gut if you were kind of like been conscripted by the kind of like Elturel to make it like a city map, updated. You get all nice. You kind of like go to like the post office, the trading post, to send it off, and then you turn around and it's just gone. So for that city map, you just take the ink and just put a big fucking black circle in the center of it.
Still
Just
accurate.
label it and label it crater.
Elturel line crater.
Map's done. The young girl says, sorry, my name's Dara, and this is Goran. Oh, yes, it's hard to remember manners in a time like this. And Dara says, and speaking of, alcohol and manners, also the fabled Thorn Inn to the southwest, we think might also be outside of the area of Elturel that disappeared, and there might be survivors there.
Say no more. I'm off.
Oui, thank you, Charles, for this information. I am most willing to lend my hands to the search. There is someone I must find.
Oh, thank you.
Ominous.
Who are you looking for?
Cool.
She is a love, so pure and so beautiful, my dearest Maribel. Oh, my love, I hope you are okay.
Oh dear, I hope she didn't live inside of the city.
Yes, she did, but maybe she escaped. I do not know.
Oh, with any luck, she was outside of the walls, perhaps at the inn or at the smithy, even.
Your love
yes.
is like decked out in plate mail. Hi, honey, I'm home.
She is a very strong woman, so possibly. I hope.
I can respect that. Game respect game.
Very well. I was going to say, could you point us in the direction of these outposts?
Yes, the Dara kind of like points sort of to the east. It says the smithy is probably the closest. That's just over that way. And Goran says the fabled Thorn Inn is down the road from here to the south, much closer to Elturel. And also the trading post is further to the east, past the smithy. Actually, if you're going there, he points to this this abandoned cart with like a draft horse sort of tied up to it that's just kind of standing there. He says, we haven't seen anyone come to claim that cart or horse. You might take it with you to help you carry some of the items.
Dibs.
Thank you very much.
We won't be filling it with casks of alcohol by any means. She casts a look over to the fella who seems to have a drinking issue.
It is not a problem. It is under control.
I think Ethel has been writing down absolutely everything that everyone has said in this conversation, and just says like, we should get as close to the city as possible. That's where the danger was probably the worst. So that would be the inn, right?
Oh yes, the fabled Thorn is very close indeed.
You keep saying fabled. Is it fabled for something in particular?
Oh no, it's just the name of the inn, the fabled Thorn Inn.
Okay, fair enough.
Well, I see why you might have thought perhaps it was just the Thorn Inn, but it was the fabled Thorn Inn. But no. This reminds me of a good story, actually. And Dara's like, no, now's not the time.
I was just gonna say, so did Henry. Was like, not now, old timer.
To the inn?
I think
I'm good with.
Smithy was the first stop.
Oh, the
We
smithy.
might want to, we might want to gather weapons.
Yeah, that
just
makes
in
sense.
case there is something still there.
Hi ho, off to Jericho.
Okay.
He's splitting the party then?
No, to the...
No.
No.
Let's start this off on a bad note by splitting the party. Let's not.
To the smithy. I guess, right?
All right. So you follow the directions given to you by Dara towards the smithy. It's only like a very short way down the road towards Elturel, and then just to the east a little bit. And nothing happens during your journey. You kind of hear some, like far off shouts and things like that, but nothing. You don't encounter anything on the path. And the smithy, as you approach it, you see it's like an old building at the end of a little dirt road, bordered by a low stone wall, and there's a wooden sign outside it that reads Wellham's Smithy. And the only other building nearby is a small shed with a missing door, and it's unusually quiet.
I'm just gonna call out and yeah, anyone here? Is anyone hurt? Need help?
As you say that, you kind of see you hear maybe a kind of a creaking sound, and the door of the smithy sort of creaks open a little bit, and you kind of see something moving around in there, and you hear this. If you've come back to steal more, you're going to have to go through me.
Well, I wasn't here in the first place, so I wasn't planning on stealing anything. But we're here to assist and evacuate if necessary to help you get
I'm going to nudge her.
Baldur's Gate.
Nudge her and ask him if he has anything worth stealing.
I'm gonna look disgusted at him, and kind of shove him off, get away from me.
In response to that, I'm going to take one of the intricate kind of mechanical ticking things I have, smash it, and then just start fixing it and tinkering with it.
Are you all right?
It calms me.
I'm gonna wide-eyed and take a few steps away.
Well, as you do this, you kind of you get the sense that there's somebody kind of hesitating behind the door. You just hear it kind of and then a head pokes out. It's a tall man with short light brown hair and a very neatly cut beard and mustache. Says, who are you?
Who are you?
My name is Wellham Smith. This is my smithy.
That makes sense.
We're a band of people got roped into trying to survey for survivors any equipment that the group are trying to get out of here could use.
He kind of looks you up and down. I don't know. You look like out-of-towners. How do I know you're not going to steal my things?
Listen, if I wanted to steal it, I would not be having a conversation with you.
Kind of thinks for a moment,
Fair point.
Do you know the rage room in town? Wild Bill's Rage Around the Clock?
He says, no, I'm sorry, I've never heard of that. But then he gets
why did I waste that money on that PR person?
But he's kind of sort of suddenly pushed out of the door, and you hear this I've heard of the rage room. And this dwarf appears from behind him. He's he's got curly brown hair, cut very short, and a clean shaven face. He looks like he's spent a lot of time living around humans. What of it? I've been to the rage room quite a bit, actually. I love that place.
Well, I'm Wild Bill. Well, I'm the face behind Wild Bill. I'm Gennaro. I ran the shop. I haven't really surveyed it yet, unfortunately. I don't think it fared too well.
Well, I can certainly understand. My house was in the city. I think it's gone now as well. That makes me so angry. I wish I had a rage room right now.
Well, I do have a couple things to smash. If you want to take something from the bag, you go right ahead. It's on the house.
Well,
I don't have much use for them right now.
He kind of rubs the back of his head. He's maybe just a little bit later. I'm feeling a little bit unwell, to be honest. I've just been bumped in the head by some bandits. And Wellham says, yes, this is my assistant, Godric Ironarm. I asked him to look after the smithy while I was gone, and when I came back, I found him tied up, and somebody had hit him over the head and taken all of our things. I apologize if we were rude, but I thought perhaps it was you would come back for more. Not that we have much more, I must say.
These bandits, where did they head up to?
I don't rightly know. I didn't really see. They kind of tied me up and took all the stuff. And well, by the time I came to, they were gone. But I did see a couple of things. I noticed a lot of them had strange symbols on their clothing, pendants and badges and these sorts of things that look like a sword, like a sword with wings, you might say. Never seen it before in my life. I don't know what that would mean.
Oh, wonderful. You got robbed by the Boy Scouts. These are dark times indeed.
By the Boy Scouts?
Are you familiar?
It's a tale as old as time.
I think Ethel just holds out the book to him and like her little quill, and it's just like, can you draw the symbol for me, please?
He kind of wait, are you giving him a pen as well?
Yeah.
He kind of draws it. He's like, sorry, I'm not very good at drawing, but I'll try. He kind of like draws like this, yeah, like a sword with like wings, and then he kind of like draws this sort of awkward like sort of like circle around it. He's like, I think that's like some kind of perhaps like a chain or something. Kind of like circles of some kind.
Thank you very much, she says, and just take the book back.
Like, as he's like drawing that and observing the symbol, he kind of like, it almost looks like Kensei is like looking at it, like thinking, you kind of like, you hear him mutter to himself, okay, so at least these bandits has at least some decent taste in Jolly Rogers. Alright.
I thought that was a reference. I don't know if he's meant to hear you.
It'll be under his breath, so I don't know. Depends on his fast perception. Depends on how depth that is.
Well, I'm like, did you say something? This man seems to be talking to himself.
Yeah, it seems to be a theme.
I mean, it's better than me just randomly smashing something I own and trying to fix it. Seems like it's been an interesting day.
Hey, it's what I do. I fix things for my raid room, and then people smash them. It's habit. It is helpful for the nerves when your town is gone.
I hope you brought it up for everybody.
How many bandits were there, and what all did they make out with?
Right, it was difficult for me to see. I saw only a couple of them come through into the smithy, but it seemed like there were maybe I don't know, like 5 or 6 of them. At this moment, you hear someone approaching from behind, actually, and you turn to see this what looks like a half-elf woman, pretty young, with like very piercing blue eyes and black hair, and she's carrying a haversack. And she's kind of like coming down the road, like very cautiously. She looks like pretty uncomfortable, pretty frightened. She says like, "Hello there. Are you survivors too?"
We are.
But I was just robbed. I was just robbed by some bandits. I was wondering if I could come with you wherever you're going.
Of course. These
I'm making
bandits.
quick work.
What direction did they head, and how many were there?
She points up the road where she's just come from, sort of like up the road, kind of like goes up into this sort of like hilly kind of area. She says like, "Oh, there were maybe 5 or 6 of them."
Okay.
So like up where we're going for the other couple places, or like out of our way from the couple places we're going next?
This is like from the areas that you've been pointed to. This is like a different direction. But Wellham kind of says, "Oh, there's an old abandoned chapel up there. It's not very far. It's just up in those hills, actually. Perhaps these bandits are hiding up there. I tell you what, although we make and sell weapons and such, neither Godric nor myself are particularly adept fighters. If you would be willing to go up there and see if you could find anything and perhaps try to return our weapons, of course I would give you a good discount on any of the items that you recover, if you could bring some of them back."
I'm going to elbow one of them and just slowly kind of try and whisper, like, "Do you have like a flask of whiskey or something?"
One of the...
I feel like
Who
One
do
of
you
the,
elbow?
like, the guys, the 2 guys here. Willem or, yeah.
So Wellham the human and Godric the dwarf?
Yes. Either. I just, like, kind of talk to them quietly and ask them if either of them have, like a small thing of whiskey.
Actually, I did have a small stash, but it seems to have been taken as well. Actually, despite all of my weapons and armor being taken, it's one of the things I'm most quietly cut up about, I have to admit. I would love to get totally wasted right now.
Oh, I was just going to use it to I already can know how to bring this horse to water. Never mind.
Well, if those bandits did take my my booze, they may have it with along with the weapons and the armor and other such things up in those hills, if that's where they are. That did look like that was where they were going. I do believe so.
Sounds like it's incentive for our friend over here.
They have the booze, Kenzie. Let's go.
Oh yeah, I'm already high.
He's already left.
No, I'm just waiting for you all. I'm
You're
like
just walking
trying to
around.
turn around the cart, trying to turn the cart around, leading the donkey.
I was half expecting like a road runner run up like the hill, like see ya.
Well, I'm smart enough to know that going headfirst for like a 6 or 5v1 is not going to end in the greatest triumphs. But
do you mean?
I am. Yes, I have been in encounters where that does not bode well for the one person.
We're OP level ones. What are you talking about?
Don't start that. I want to knock on wood right now. See, that's when the hubris kicks in and just leads to our downfall.
Yeah.
All right. Before we go, I just want to make sure that everyone can gather up their stuff and head towards the caravan. And I just pointed out to them down the road, let them know that there's going to be an evacuation.
This half-elf woman says, "Oh, thank you. That's exactly what I was looking for. An evacuation sounds perfect. I just want to get out of here." And Godric says, "Right, that sounds like a good idea. Maybe we can, if we can get some of our stuff back, maybe we can start again in a new place." And Wellham says, "Oh, I find it terrible to imagine that we would have to start again. I do hope that you can recover some of our items."
We'll sure try our best.
Yes.
Yeah, we'll make sure to get as much of the valuable weapons we can possibly gather.
One last question before you go.
Of
Have you
course.
seen a lovely maiden by the name of Maribel? She has eyes like the moon and a wit of fiery wit.
Oh dear, she sounds very recognizable indeed. I think I would have remembered, but no, I cannot say that I have in recent times. Me neither. I was so busy going to break stuff and trying to overcome my anger that I don't think I really interact with all sorts of types very often.
Alas. Thank you, gentlemen. May we meet again.
Good luck.
And just before we leave, I just grab like a little watch or something, and I just kind of slide it across the table and just like, for when you're feeling better, just on the house.
Oh, thanks so much. I'm really touched. And as you're like going up the road, you see him like trying to like hammer it with his fist, but he just kind of like fails and sort of like looks forlorn, and you realize he doesn't have any like tools or weapons or anything to bash it with.
That is pointing sigh of a smithy without a hammer trying to break something to add out the anger.
Alright, so you're going up to this old temple possible hideout?
Sure.
Alright. I'll take us all to this map. You come up here, you follow this path up into the hills, and it's like a pretty short walk, and you find some like kind of quite a lot of like footprints and tracks and things in this dirt road that look like, even though this area looks like it's abandoned, that there's definitely been people kind of headed this way and headed both ways recently. And you encounter this single-story structure here with the remains of a small statue garden beside it. And there's kind of like, yeah, sort of almost look like religious statues and various kind of markings and old displays and faded writing written in them and that sort of thing. But you come up to this this building here, and you can see that the door, these sort of double doors leading into the room, like one of them's kind of like been left open.
All right, well, who's going first?
Alright, how do we want to handle this? Sneaky breaky like, or we bust in a guns a-blazing?
I don't have a gun.
It's metaphorical.
The term sneaky, I do not like it.
All right. Okay.
Alright.
Are there any windows?
So there are like a couple of windows that don't have any glass in them. They're sort of like fairly high up in the walls, and they're letting in like a small amount of light into this room. And Kenzei, you can see in here like it's like dim in here, but you can kind of like get like a lay of the land. And yeah, it's just it's like a 20-foot square room, really dusty, mostly empty, but you can see these footprints in the dust that come out from the outside and obviously come in here. And there's these a big set of bronze-bound double doors that are set against the north wall. And you can also see from where you are that there's like some kind of font set into the east wall just near the double doors.
Oh, big door, I took your existence personally. Right, I
Okay.
will kind of like...
He's now in the building.
You've set off 3 traps. Roll a dex save 3 times and a con save 2 times.
Unsave, my friend!
I'm gonna try to be as sneaky as possible coming into here.
You give me a stealth check if you want to be sneaking around.
All right. Buttons.
Probably you
Things,
can hear
stuff.
the echoing off the walls of the footsteps of Jean Lemore and Kenzei Kenway as they run in here.
Yeah, Gennaro's just gonna go after you, Ethel.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah, so Alina, you creep into here and you feel like hopefully, if anyone is around or on the other side of that door, perhaps that they won't think there's as many of you as they really are. Whether that's a good thing or not, I don't know. Markar, you make a little bit more noise. You kind of like kick some rubble accidentally as you walk in here. Kind of like echoes off the wall a bit.
It's the claws. They're a blessing and a hindrance.
As everyone starts making their way in, just kind of like disregarding like kind of like a party door stacking, he's going to attempt to open up the doors.
All right. So, how do you try to open this door? Oh, these double doors. I guess I've just got these big brass like knobs.
Yeah, so I'm gonna attempt to kind of like take him and just kind of like force it open, just sort of like pushing.
All right. So you like, you're trying to push them?
Yes.
Okay, so you push them and they just kind of like sort of like shake a bit as you like push them inwards, and they don't seem to like they don't kind of fling open inwards, but instead you feel like you've kind of like pushed them and unstabilized them, and it almost seems as if the one that you're holding on to begins to actually fall towards you, and as it kind of like falls like downwards from the wall, this whole bunch of like rubble and bricks and stone from the ceiling comes loose and actually falls downwards towards you as well. So give me a dex save. First dex save of the campaign.
Okay, I guess this guy took my existence personally too.
Markar says to Kenzai, does it say pull on the doors instead of push?
They're actually pull instead of push.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you managed to like jump out of the way, and so you just get like clipped basically by some stones and things, and this door just kind of like falls like and just makes this like huge like loud boom sound. Just all this dust goes like everywhere, and you just like can kind of like hear this like sound sort of reverberating through what seems like it must be like another part of the building somewhere, but you aren't sure where it would be, because these doors actually just look like they were propped up against the wall and there is actually nothing behind them. But you will take a little bit of damage as you get clipped by some of these falling stones. So you'll take three bludgeoning damage.
Oh dear! Oh!
A tank!
It's now half health.
Okay, I'm not a wizard. 3 damage is not half my health.
Okay.
Markar. Oh, sorry.
No, good. I was gonna say, if you go to open a door, make sure it's attached to something. Maybe look once, not even twice, just once.
Fine. Show me, as he kind of like just gestures for you to go first.
Well, I'm gonna just start looking around the room and just seeing if there's any like dust patterns or any signs of where someone might have been or gone.
Yeah, give me a perception check.
Also, can we have the doors now opened as they've tried to fall on me?
So behind the doors, there's actually nothing. It looks like they were just propped up against the wall.
Oh,
it's
okay.
It's like a trap. It's like there's actually nothing there.
Nice roll.
Is it Gennaro or Gennaro?
Gennaro.
Gennaro. Okay, just so I know. Yeah, you kind of have a look around, and say like you see like a bunch of these footsteps leading, kind of like it's sort of hard to determine exactly where they're going, but you do see that on this like font to the wall, on the wall to the east, there is some like a small offering bowl of some kind that's like kind of just sitting on the edge of the font that has a knife in it, and there's like, it looks like a little bit pink in color, the water that's in the bowl, like as if there's blood in it. And there's also a a carved phrase that's been carved into the stonework above the font that says "Offer and pass freely."
So that was Kenzei that got hit by the falling stuff, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Kenzei, you don't happen to be bleeding from a head wound, do you?
I mean, I got a bloody lip. Does that count?
We could try. Come over here for a second. Just 1 second.
Are you gonna swirly him in the fountain?
What do you
I'm
want?
gonna respond for 2 seconds, and he's gonna respond back. You see this bowl here? I see some steps up to it. There is a pretty cryptic phrase here. Maybe we don't have to open up a vein, and we can use a couple drops from your lip. I'm just putting 2 and 2 together here, just like the wheels are turning.
Permission, DM, to place my face over the bowl and slightly bleed into the bowl from the previous wound that has been inflicted upon me.
Yep.
Marker gives him the thumbs up. That's it.
Yeah, you sort of hang your face over the bowl and kind of protrude your split lip, and a little bit of a little drop of blood comes out and falls into the bowl, and just like and you kind of stand there waiting for a moment, and nothing happens. But while you're there, actually you do notice that these footsteps that are kind of all over the ground, and also Markar, you notice this as well. There seems to be more of them just in front of this font. But yeah, nothing happens when you drip blood in there.
All right, so do we straws? What do you guys think?
Jean-Amour... Oh.
Maybe the bull's racist and wants like blood from like another person other than a tiefling.
Well, I was going to offer it a bit of gold. Maybe. I understand that is often how things work.
Well, if you put gold in the water, at least you can take the gold out if it doesn't.
He chucks a coin in.
It just... But nothing happens.
Takes it
Or
back.
maybe with the gold where the knife is in that dish, the offering dish in front of the font.
Nothing happens then either.
Can Marker have a look around the area if there's any loose stones or
Yeah,
if there's any sacred... Yeah.
Yeah, give me an investigation check with advantage, since you've noticed these like footprints, and you're pretty like convinced now that there might be something going on here. So like, yeah, you can like kind of push at the stones and things.
So please, someone could succeed in figuring out what to do here.
So you find actually that when you push the font itself, the whole wall just like swings open, and it's actually like quite easy to do. All it required was to just push the font.
That's funny.
Good thing we didn't
All
slice
right.
off any appendages.
All right, fine. Next time, if I come to Agora, I'm going to make a sharp right and head towards the fucking wall.
As Kensei walks past Marker, out of good faith, Marker wants to produce some good berries and hands him a couple on the way through.
Ooh.
What is this?
You can make
You
wine
pick
with
your
it. It's
shit later.
berries.
Good berries.
I know. It's just like good. How good for your appetite? Good for the skin.
Yeah,
for the eyes.
when you have the munchies.
So you just ate them?
Yeah.
And then he passes the two to the remaining party as well as they make their way through.
Well,
I forget how
So
to say
everyone
heal.
gets
my 3 HP.
Oh, thank you. Adventuring always makes me snacky.
Oh, it's 1 hit point.
Woo!
Also, like, as you step into this corridor, Kensei, you can hear this kind of like murmuring. It sounds like chanting, coming from like somewhere, almost somewhere down into this corridor. It's kind of like.
Sounds like me after a right proper fucking raiding.
I'm gonna continue to stealth my way through this hallway.
Yeah, you can keep stealthing with the same stealth check. All right, so I'm gonna pause it there.
I did it anyway. I like the first one.
We won't talk about it.
Hey, if you choose to do a second roll.
No.
But it doesn't matter anyway, because Kensei finds these stairs and just goes down the stairs, and you come into this chamber down here, and it looks like it was like dug out like below this temple at some stage, and there's a bunch of infernal sigils and markings carved into the walls, and you see this blood-soaked stone slab in the center of the room where there's what appears to be a human bound by chains and surrounded by humanoids wearing, you can see as you come down here, like one of them, there's the man standing over this guy is like wearing this big cloak, and it has a symbol on it that matches the symbol that was described to you before. It looks like a sword with wings. And this man is like standing there. He's in the process of carving a symbol into the chest of the man who's on the altar with this jagged knife, and the others standing around the room are like chanting in haunting tones, and you can smell this like sulfurous smell in the cavern, and it's quite disturbing. And as you come down, you see this man who's like standing over this guy like plunge his knife into his chest, and he cries out as he sort of like clearly like slips into death. And you've just run down into this room, and you see, like, just in the short amount of time that you have before these individuals down here notice that you've come here and they turn towards you, that this guy, like, as he dies, like, his chest begins to kind of like be like rupture and seems to almost be kind of like bulging and kind of like splitting, as if like something within him is like trying to like climb its way out. And let's roll for initiative where we are as these guys like turn towards you, and they're obviously going to attack.
So as the rolls initiative, Kenway, seeing this, kind of like goes into just sort of like this jolly goes into kind of like a frown face, is like, "Hello, I am Kensei Kenway. How do you do? Now you're gonna die."
So for anyone who doesn't remember how to roll initiative, if you just go to the top right hand corner where the second icon along is like a fist, and click on that, it should give you like a split view of the combat tracker and the chat log. And in the combat tracker, if you find your name, I think everyone has already done it. Okay, but also Ethel, you can roll for your cat familiar.
Oh, right, iconic.
What's your cat called?
You know what? Maybe it's just cat.
Okay. Also, just so you know, Alina, when you're in, because you're in initiative at the moment, so you shouldn't be moving down the stairs.
I was wondering what's going on. I just saw my names like turning into like.
Oh yeah, you have to like hold on, I'll do it. You got to like step out of it and step back into it. It's a bit...
Okay, there we go.
I've returned back. Oh shit! There's a wall now.
Sorry, I didn't add my +4. It should be a 10 for the gift of alacrity.
Okay.
BM, can you move me back to where I was in the bottom floor? I can't now.
You can't move?
No, I can't go back to where I was.
Just like move out of it and then move back into it. If you know what I mean. Okay. Like just go to the right and then go to the left, and then it'll. Yeah.
Okay, there we go.
it's a bit
Get
funky.
used to me breaking the flow of things.
DM, I'm stuck in where I am, and I need to get back into the combat.
I'm new and I'm trying. Okay, McDonald's tab. You know the little badges they have to wear when they're new.
Like a trainee.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm trainee. I'm new to this. Please, sorry.
Yeah. New and I'm trying. Be patient.
All right. So you've just come down the stairs and you've just witnessed this, what apparently is a sacrifice, and you've called out a challenge to these individuals. And this gentleman down here immediately pulls out a light crossbow and attempts to hit you with a crossbow bolt. But he's so surprised by your gallivanting and shouting that completely misses you and just like hits the wall over here. This guy is another one of these like cloaked individuals. He's got like this guy, he looks a bit kind of like meaner and more sort of adorned than the one who was performing the ritual. He's like wearing a hood and he's got like necklaces of like little skulls, like bird skulls and squirrel skulls and stuff like that. He kind of like lets out some arcane sort of almost, well, you can recognize infernal. You can tell that he's speaking some sort of infernal kind of magic spell, and he's going to cast. He's going to attempt to cast a Sacred Flame. So give me a dex save.
What's really funny about this is that in a campaign that I run, I threw my party up against similar things. Okay, whew.
Nice.
So this is karma.
After he notices that his evil gods or devils or whatever they might be have not answered his prayers and struck you with a unsacred flame, he kind of withdraws his arms and sort of like waves them around a bit and chants some different sounding words, and this shimmering field suddenly appears and surrounds him as some sort of like protective shield of faith appears. And Elena, your turn.
So after he like kind of like cast these spells in Infernal, I just go like, "You damn motherfucker! Those were my grandfather's spells you were casting. No wonder they didn't work on me."
Grandfather spells?
Obviously, he's obviously bluffing and lying, just trying to provoke these guys. You know, tiefling to devil persons, whatever.
DM and character both are like, grandfather spells?
Alright, anyway, sorry.
Hearing all the commotion, I'm just gonna move down and I guess into this room. I think that's like 30, almost 30 feet of movement, I think.
You can move one more. Fine.
This room looks pretty open, so I'm probably not quite hidden anymore, I'm guessing.
Yeah, no, these bandits and cultists and whatnot, they see you come down immediately.
Okay. I'm just gonna kind of ready my weapon, and there's not a whole lot I can do from where I'm at.
So you're gonna ready, is it like a rapier?
Yeah.
Just to attack if anyone comes close?
Yeah.
Okay. You can also dash if you want.
Oh, yeah. I keep my distance for now until at least the others are in the room.
All right.
At least the tank goes first
Yeah,
to move
I'm a
into
little
something.
squishy.
All right, Ethel.
Okay, I guess I'm just gonna move into the room. Wait, does it count as 10 feet of movement if I'm going through a square with another person?
Correct.
Okay, so that's 15.
But you'll
and
probably have
then-
a problem here, like, so if you just want to like move to here, that's fine. It's kind of at the bottom of the stairs.
Yeah. And then I guess I'll cast firebolt at this guy right in front of me.
This guy?
How do you? This guy. Yeah.
Just left
First
click.
try I did select it, and I did a bad job.
That's alright. Yeah, just left click and hold to ping.
Do I cast spells? You said from inside the character sheet, right?
Sorry. Yep. Yeah. So if you double click on your token and then go to your spell book.
Oh, it showed up, and I just didn't see it. I clicked it like 4 times.
Oh yeah. So now it's in the chat log. So
Yeah.
now you can just roll the attack, and yeah, this guy like just ducks out of the way as this firebolt just goes straight past his ear and just like briefly like lights up this corner of the room, and this guy's like, "Whoa!"
Alright, and that's it.
Okay. As this guy like sees you like fire like magic across the room and like just barely miss his mate, he just pulls out a scimitar and just runs straight for you and attempts to strike you with it.
Oh no!
Alright, this is it for me, guys.
Oh no! Oh no!
He stabs like directly into your stomach.
Alright, we're done. It's okay, guys.
Oh,
So fast.
oh.
Incredible.
So
So
positive.
while you have your token selected, if you just right click on the 11 and go apply damage, then it should automatically kill you. There we go.
Right.
You're unconscious. You're not dead. You're unconscious.
Dead.
Not dead, just... Okay, Kensei Kenway. Wait, did you drop out?
All right.
Somebody left the...
No, I'm here.
Oh,
Should be still here.
maybe it's just on my screen. Anyway.
Oh, literally Ethelhard. Oh no. Okay, nope. I'm just reading stuff wrong. All right. So I'm gonna move like here. Seeing a compatriot, an old woman, just the older woman, not old woman, an older woman, is just going to go into here, go in the charge. Pick on someone your own age limit, asshole. And is going to attempt to slam him with this kanabo.
He's like, I'm not ageist. That's a miss.
Yep. All right. So, sensing my impending doom, and I want to make sure that at least I'm not going to be solely out of line, I am going to then use my bonus action, yell out to the elven woman, and I'm going to use a rally.
So I think it was me that is having problems with Foundry because I can no longer see anything happening.
Are you using Chrome?
Connection. No.
It prefers Chrome.
Okay.
That might help, but also otherwise, if you lose the picture and stuff, just try a refresh.
Okay.
All right.
Let's try that.
So, Kenway yells out, "Enough here! With us, our powers combined, we will be able to at least get through this." And you get like 3 temporary hit points.
Woo!
That's it.
All right. Oh, so to add the temporary hit points, Alina, if you double click on your token and then under your hit points is a little thing that says plus temp, and you can just like add 3 there. Yeah, there you go. Sweet.
Nice. Thank you.
Okay, marker.
Okay, Mark just sees a whole lot of commotion downstairs. Those like signals with Gennaro with his head to we're heading down.
Any minute now. There we go.
There we go.
So like, I imagine like this is some sort of like everyone is just like stumbling over each other as they like fall down these stairs. Like, but I guess like I'll just say that once you go down there, hold on, I'll put you down there.
Yeah, thanks.
Maybe you. This is like a ledge here. Is there anyone? Oh, there's no one standing there. So, fuck, you're gonna go back up again, won't you? Okay. So you can stand there.
Okay. Whoa. Looks like a bit of a gathering. He will like to he would like to use okay, a frostbite on that target there.
Okay. Alright.
So it's just a saving.
Fails the save.
I have dice now.
There you go.
Nice.
And as a bonus action, use healing words on his new friends against Ethel, who's fallen.
You know, I thought it would be fun if I died in our first combat ever, but okay.
No, you're stuck with us for the long haul. We're gonna make sure you're stuck. You're gonna be around here for a while. You might have fallen, but you're sure as shit getting back up.
Ethel was old enough; she was ready for death. You know, dragging her back to life.
She's already lived a good life.
This is a good time to die. Wakes up. God damn it.
You're
So
not
go
going
ahead,
out that easy.
go ahead and cast the. Oh yeah, there you go. As this kind of frost is like forming around like the arm and like the hand of this bandit that's holding this scimitar, he's like, kind of cries out in pain as his muscles are like sort of torn a bit by this frost and ice. And Ethel, if you, there you go, sweet, awesome.
Amazing.
And
Anything else?
also, because of the frostbite, this guy has disadvantage on his next attack roll. Which is gonna be sweet.
Excellent.
That's correct. End turn.
All right, this guy here, having completed his ritual, he turns to you all and he draws his scimitar, which he's going to run over to Kensei Kenway and try to slash you across the neck, but it just clips some of your armor and he misses.
Not right now. You're next. Points at him.
And as he's like run over and you're yelling at him and he's attempted to like swing his scimitar at you and just kind of like scraped against your chainmail, you also see like behind him as this man that's on the altar, like this like kind of rupturing, bulging chest kind of like tears open and all this blood and like guts like splatter out into the room on the ground. And you see this like long, like purple colored, like clawed hand kind of like reach out of this human. It's like much larger than you imagine would be possible for like something that would have actually been physically inside of his chest, and it kind of like reaches out and sort of like tries to like feel around its environment, and then you see this like second hand climb out as this like thing's trying to like pull its way out of this corpse. Gennaro.
So I hear all this commotion and stuff, and I do just eye the door for a second and just like, it could be the play, and then instead just kind of go deep into the dungeon there. That's 5, 10, 15.
I'll say that at least in this case that you can make it down the stairs just so it's not annoying.
Cool.
Sometimes
So
I may be
right-
annoying, but not this time.
All right, so I basically come to this scene of like horrific horror. Just like, no, like the thought pushes open. What are you doing?
But you actually are standing on top of Markar.
Okay.
Shit, so, but the only way down, unfortunately, is this way. I'll say that, I mean, you can see Markar from like up here. So either you can like attempt to sort of push past him, in which case I might see if like you guys kind of like potentially one of you falls off the stairs, or you can just like stand behind him, but then you kind of struggle to see into that room.
Can you stand on my shelf? Can you stand on my shelf?
Your show is like blocking the way.
Yeah.
Goes full turtle and he just stands on his shelf.
You can see this guy from there, from up the stairs. Anyway.
Okay. If I can see him, Can I see past him at all?
Yeah, there's like a bunch of people moving in front of you on the stairs, and you're kind of like looking down the stairs, and you can see him at the bottom. I'll say there's not really much you can see past him. You can see like some light. It looks like maybe there's like a fire back there, but
Can I cast Leap in through there?
yeah, you can do that.
All right. So just try to get Ethel out of the way, basically. I don't know if that'll roll the 5d.
Don't worry about Kensei.
Yeah, you've got Kensei in there as
I
well.
haven't seen him in there. I can't see anything, so I cast Leap.
Alright.
So, sleep for 24, and it goes for like the lowest HP out of all of them. I hope these guys have lower than like the 12 HP that I have.
Yeah, I can't see you in the room, so yeah, I just throw blindly.
Alright, this guy just suddenly collapses unconscious, and I think, yes, where am I? This guy also, just as he's like kind of like swinging his scimitar at Kensei, just all of a sudden this kind of like cloud of sleepiness just comes over him, and he's just like and just like falls forwards like into Kensei, and you just find yourself like holding this cultist. He just drops his bloody knife as he falls to sleep as well. And this guy like kind of like yawns, and like tears come out of his eyes, and like but he manages to kind of like, he like slaps himself and he doesn't fall asleep.
Kedway holding this like unconscious dude just sort of like fucking lightweight and just like tosses him to the side.
Alright, so anything else, Gennaro?
No, I end my turn.
Alright, cool. It's the cat's turn.
So I would love to just move my cat down to me, but even when I have the token selected, I still can't see where the cat is. It's still like just a black screen. So if you could just move the cat.
Oh, okay, hold on. Maybe it doesn't. Oh, there we go. Can you see it now?
Oh, okay, there you go. Yeah.
Awesome.
When did this cat appear?
The cat hisses at you as he goes by.
Yeah.
Ah, yes, the long-standing race war lingers on to this day.
All right. The cat it's fine if it's in the same square as me, right?
I actually don't know. I guess so, yeah, probably. It's kind of like climbs up on you and whatnot. It should be fine.
Okay. All right, then that's the cat's turn.
Interesting question for the familiar to like do the reverse mounting of like climbing on its master instead of like the other way around for most like pets. I say in quotation marks.
Like, do you like ride them, or do they ride you? Do you mean?
Something like that, yeah.
It's got a climb speed, so I don't know. I'll have to look in. I don't actually. I'm not sure, but yeah, that's fine for now.
Okay.
Climbs up on your shoulder. Anything else?
I don't know. Familiars can do the help action, right? So just is that all it would do?
Yeah, it can go and like distract someone. It's probably, I don't think it can move any further than that though, really.
Yeah. Okay.
Probably.
So I guess it would
5,
just give some help action. I kind of don't want to send my cat into the ritual sacrifice room that much further. You know, feels like a bad idea.
Like, I already went in here, I just walked in and I got immediately clapped. I don't want the cat to do the same thing. Like,
Yeah, exactly. I immediately died, and this is a cat.
All right. Jean l'amour, je la vie, la magnifique.
Someone say my name? Oh my god.
and I tell you,
Oh la la. Okay. So who are the bad guys? Okay, 1, 2. Sorry. Just getting my bearings.
So you have to move forward because the stairs are sort of like elevated where you're at.
Like here?
No, well, so you can do that, but then you're kind of like jumping off like the stairs down onto the ground.
Oh.
So like I'd probably ask for like a acrobatics check, I suppose.
Otherwise, where's the alternative?
You can just move forward because you started there. So let me see. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. I'll say it's okay if you want to move here or here. Just trying to like make these stairs a bit less annoying. Just yeah, you can do that.
Okay. Okay,
Just
cool.
sort of like kind of stumble down here.
I'll scurry through some legs. Nipping at ankles. Okay, so Jean Lemore will bring out his lute, give it a strum, and here we go. Yes, sing a little tune to mock these guys.
An offensive tune.
An offensive tune. That's. Oh wait, he's dead. Sorry. 1 second. This guy.
Okay. Saving throw, wisdom save. He does not appear phased by your mild music.
Got to bring it up a notch next time. And for a bonus action, I'd like to cast Bardic Inspiration. Yes, very good. On Kenze.
All right.
Is there anyone else? Is this just one person? Sorry.
Yeah, you can only do one.
Okay, cool.
All right.
I take your tunes, Magic Man. I take your tunes.
Sings them well, Monsieur Kense.
All right.
Not really meant to
This guy sees his friends fall asleep, and he doesn't waste any time. He's going to come in here and try to attack Kenze with his scimitar, but misses.
No. Take your one, Arthur.
And this guy down here like sees like Jean Lemore like playing this tune, and he's still got his crossbow in hand. He's going to like take aim at Jean Lemore. He's definitely calling attention to himself. And,
No.
but it just misses as well again. He's just not having any luck. Alright. This guy, he kind of like reaches his arms up into the air again and tries again to ask his evil lords to cast Sacred Flame, and they're going to target Markar. So give me a dex save.
Yeah.
Nice. All right. And he like kind of like curses again the second time that he's been left in the lurch, and this time kind of like reaches out and sort of like kind of makes like a fist in the air, and again like kind of calls out some words in Infernal, and the whole room kind of echoes as this strange kind of like shimmering sort of image appears, and it looks like actually a sword, a winged sword of some kind that appears. It's just going to appear right here as he casts a spiritual weapon, and he's going to attack Ethel.
Great.
Oh, no.
Oh no!
But it misses.
Oh, okay, we're good. We're good.
Elena.
Alrighty. Too much excitement. Gosh, I have so many bodies to move through.
Does this technically count as like difficult terrain for how it is, or is it like sort of like spectral and just you can move through it?
If I walk through it, is it gonna like cut my arm off as I walk by? Or?
No, I think you can just walk through it. It's just like, yeah, spectral.
Okay.
It's just physical, and they pull him to attack, not really anywhere time else.
Okay. And what about sleeping people? Can I just walk over those?
I'll say they're like difficult terrain.
Okay. I think I should be in range if I'm even like just standing in his area though, right? To hit this guy. This guy right here. Ooh, this one.
This
I
guy?
can't click.
Which one? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that one. No, that one.
I'll say that you probably can't stand on top of the guy while you make an attack, probably, but...
I just want to use his body for leverage.
I mean, like...
I want to attack another guy while I'm on one of his fans, alright?
Yeah.
It's
It's all about intimidation, right?
Psyop.
Yeah, I mean, I'd say like you can if you want to, but you'd probably... it might be a little bit unstable.
It should be fine.
That's meant to be a
Okay,
sword,
so-
not a spear, but that'll do.
Okay.
We get the idea. It's trying to kill us.
It's very dynamic. Lots of lines.
Alright, so I'm gonna attack this guy.
That's a hit.
Perfect. Ooh,
Nice.
not bad.
You just...
Yeah!
You just... Yeah, your like rapier just goes like straight through his stomach and comes out the back of it, the back of him, and his eyes just go dark, and he falls off your sword slowly back onto the ground.
Nailed it.
Anything else?
Alright, no, I'll end my turn.
All right, Ethel.
I'm just gonna cast Firebolt again on that guy.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, that's beautiful. Great.
Solid.
Yeah, that misses.
God. Yeah, oh no. And then Ethel is gonna, for the rest of her turn, just contemplate death. And that's all I can do.
Back the tower of the tunnel.
She just leaves.
Alright, I got hit for all my health. I'm gone. I'm done. I'm a librarian. I did not sign on for this.
I am a research librarian. I am not meant to be here.
Okay. Sorry, I was trying to work something out. Okay, this guy is just asleep. Kenzie.
So I'm trying to work out how. Okay, so if I say I go like here, and then just sort of like here, just go like, "Hello, Papa. I think it's time for your right girlish fucking smacking." And I'm gonna attempt to hit him with the Kanabo.
Okay.
This is probably gonna be the downfall of my existence, but we'll see.
He just sidesteps your
I
Kanabo.
Oh.
I love it when the fighter can't hit a damn thing. All right, that's it. That's all I got.
Wait, you have bardic inspiration?
Oh.
I think you could. Can you use that on- Oh, sorry,
I
sorry.
forgot about that, but
Oh,
we already confirmed that misses. So
Yeah.
unless the DM wants to be generous and allow me to roll the d6 now. But,
Yeah. I don't mind if you want to try to use the Bardic Inspo. That's fine.
I'll save it when it's more of a clutch right now.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'll save it in a much more dire need than trying to get on one hit that probably will do like maximum like 4 damage, because this is what seems to be my life right now. So I will. That is all that Kensei Kanwei can do right now, sadly.
All right. Marco.
Marco will like to move his way forward.
Marklar.
I'm like, excuse me, yes, thank you, coming through, and cast Frostbite on the spellcaster.
All right. Ooh.
Oh,
The kind of like the frost sort of like creeps up, but you see it almost like creeping around this like shield that he's got, kind of shimmering around him. This guy is just okay. So now, out of the corpse on the altar are these like 2 arms, these two like purple arms, and now finally like you see these kind of arms like get some like leverage on the altar and like hoist upwards, and you see this like small humanoid with purple skin pull itself out of the corpse, and these long wings extend behind it as it comes out, and it's got like kind of spines all down its back and on its wings, and these long nailed hands, and it's actually holding a weapon. Like it hasn't climbed out of this corpse, it's climbed out of some sort of gateway to another realm, and the weapon, it's like holding this like trident of some kind as like it emerges, and the first person that it sees is Alina, and it's going to fly over to Alina.
No thanks.
And it is going to try to like stab you with this like fork thing, and it misses. But it's then going to hold on.
Rolling the step, seeing the step.
It then tries to bite you as well. But also misses.
Okay. The foundry taketh, and the foundry kind of like also takes it away from the enemies too. Okay, good.
Gennaro.
Can I get down and move? I don't know if anyone's blocking the way right now. Downstairs. I'm upstairs.
No, there's no one there at the moment. So if you like move out of the square and back in, then it should take you down.
There we go.
You look lopsided on mine.
Yeah,
I think you rotated slightly, but it's a pretty accurate viewing the whole area and going, "Oh, what the fuck!"
Yeah, you can fix that if you hold it and just hold control and use the mouse wheel if you have a mouse wheel. Yep. If you don't, I don't know what the fuck you do.
How do I scroll down the actual map? I'm having trouble.
Oh, sorry. Right click and hold to scroll.
Okay.
I always forget to say that.
I am struggling like crazy. It's not moving for some reason.
What are you trying to do?
Just see the map right now. I got black screen.
Maybe I'll. Does that?
Oh, yeah. That's better.
Nice.
Now I'm really like up close. All right. See here. Sorry, I don't know why I'm struggling. I'll go down. I apologize, but how do I scroll?
I'll say if you're going to jump off the top of the stairs there, maybe give me an acrobatics check just to see. It's not too high, but it's like, it's a bit of a ledge.
Why not?
High enough just to be tricky, but not high enough to be like the worst fall in existence.
Yeah.
Jumps off, breaks his ankle.
You're fine. You jump down there with grace.
Okay, I guess I'm gonna target this like bestial thing that came out with a mind sliver.
Actually, if anyone is proficient in either Arcana or Religion, you can give me an Arcana or Religion check as you see this thing emerge to see if you can identify it.
Gotta find the buttons.
Oh yeah, Markar, you in some of your readings, Markar, you recognize this thing. You think this is a spine devil. Something that comes out of the pits of hell. But this looks kind of like small and sort of weakened and maybe not as powerful as your average spine devil. But you would know also that these things are, it's hard to hurt them with like fire or poison or cold damage. Mind Sliver, alright.
Oh, did that not cast?
Mind Sliver, it fails.
Okay, so do damage.
Nice.
Nice.
You jump down the stairs gracefully and run over here and kind of like stare at this thing and like fire this shard of psychic energy into the side of its head as it's trying to attack Alina. and it kind of like reels back and just kind of cries out like as it feels this mind spike go into its brain.
And yeah, I will end my turn there.
All right, Cat.
I think Cat's just gonna chill with me. I don't think there's anything else the cat can do right now.
It moves behind Elena just to see the devil's like, yeah.
It hisses at the devil.
All right, Jean Lamour, c'est la vie.
Sorry, I missed who does the spiritual weapon belong to?
The
One of the.
you think it probably has
right
to do
here.
with that guy, yeah.
Okay.
Which actually, I think I forgot to use it. I forget when his turn was. Anyway,
He
that was his
tried
turn.
to do something else. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Jean Lamour will cast. Will sing in a terrible off-key tone at this spiny beast. I mean, that just needs a DC 13 Wisdom save.
All right. Awesome.
It's like, you look very small and weak.
It.
Oh man!
Yeah, it doesn't even like turn its head as it's kind of like still reeling from this like mind sliver. You feel like you haven't had much of an effect on it. It does still take half damage though if you want to roll the damage.
Oh yes.
Did it also get to subtract the 1d4? I didn't know see how close.
Oh, dissonant whispers. Okay, I thought you were doing like the same a vicious mockery again.
Yeah, nah, I thought I'd ramp it up.
Good. I was about to say something.
Sorry, I might be.
Yeah, what was the
incorrect.
D4? Did you mention?
For Mind Sliver, because he failed the last one, so he gets a d4 minus a d4 off his next saving throw? Or is it just...
Nice. No, I completely forgot about that.
Oh,
Interesting.
so he fails regardless.
He fails. All right, so he takes double the damage. Awesome. Sorry, just the regular damage. What did I even take? Hold on.
It looked like he took 9.
Yeah, I already gave him the full. Sweet.
All right, so Foundry's fixing the mistake of what.
Yeah, Foundry is doing that.
Just
Yeah.
knew, yeah.
And also, he or she or it or it's gonna try to like get away, and it kind of like it lifts up. It's like it spreads out its wings and just like like flies over to here. And Alina, you can take a shot at it as it flies
Okay,
away.
yeah, I was gonna say that's his thing, right? It's like I remember something about just a normal attack. Yeah.
Yeah, just a rapier. Assuming you were holding your rapier.
Yes. Not as good.
You just miss it as it flies out of your range.
Hey,
Curse our average rolls. Curse them.
hey, get the last one. Pipe down.
Anything else, Jean
I'm
Lamont?
projecting. I'm sorry.
Oh, sorry. No. Oh, actually, let me think. I can inspire someone else. Okay, Alina.
Bardic?
Yes.
Alright.
Yes.
Cool.
Yep, that's good.
Okay, this guy, he's pretty sick of his light crossbow. He realizes that he never wanted to be an archer anyway. He drops the crossbow, pulls out his scimitar, like runs at Gennaro, and attempts to slash at you with it. And hits.
Oh.
For seven slashing.
What?
Sorry, how do I add this again? Right click?
Yeah, so just with your token selected, then you can just right click on the 7 itself and just go
okay,
apply
it's like my
damage.
token, that's why.
Oh yeah, if you don't have it selected, yeah, it doesn't.
struggling. I'm clicking it. It doesn't seem to. There it goes.
Nice.
At the bottom of it. There we go. Sorry.
Looking, yeah, everyone who's looking in that direction notices Gennaro is fairly severely wounded. And this guy now who's being attacked by Kenway, he's going to reach out with his hand and try to like grab you as this dark kind of black swirling energy kind of comes like swirling down his arm and into his hand. But you duck out of the way.
I knew exactly what that play was, and I'm so glad it missed.
But then with his other arm, he like reacts with a snarl and like points at the winged sword, the spectral winged sword, which then tries to like take a stab at Jean Lamore.
Yeah.
And also misses. And he's feeling pretty bad about himself. Alina.
This is like very intense fight of just like just like all around.
All right. I always struggle to move my token for some reason. There we go. We're gonna move over to this guy. We're gonna attack him.
Nice, that's a hit.
Nice.
A piercing. Yeah, you just like stab your rapier like right through the like side of his chest, and you can feel it like go between his ribs and just like kind of poke into the flesh on his back, and he cries out as all this blood dribbles down onto his pants and his shoes, and he's looking pretty bloodied.
Elena, are you the rogue of our group? Because because if you were, hypothetically, you would have sneak attack because an ally's within 5 feet of him.
Ah, things I don't know. Okay.
Yeah, so if you go into... Oh, it's in your inventory. You can just hit the... Hover over sneak attack in your inventory and click the die icon, and it'll give you the sneak attack roll automatically. Oh, sorry, no, wait, but it'll... Now you can hit the damage button in the chat log, and that'll give you the sneak attack roll.
Okay.
Alright. As he was like crying out, you just kind of like wriggle this, you just kind of do the, you know, kind of twist this blade and sort of like pull it inwards into his chest, and he just cries out in pain, having thought that it was all over. Now it really is all over. And he's dead.
Ethel stares at this man die and just questions.
Alright, and Ethel.
All right, this is really crazy, but I think I'm going to do the exact same thing that I did last time. So just attack that guy over there again.
Okay.
I just want to hit something. All I did was die.
I think she has concussion.
Yeah, I felt like shooting firebolts just wildly in every direction.
He just laughs like...
It's not fair, there's 3 of them all attacking at the same time, how is this even fair?
Yeah, I guess that's it.
Can we?
Alright. 3rd time is hopefully the charm. Can we hit anything?
And you've got Bardic.
Yep.
Ooh.
Alright.
Nope.
Alright. Hold on. I'm using it.
Nope.
Oh no! Oh no!
That's it. I'm just gonna take the help action next turn and just hope that someone with an actual decent... Next!
Marco.
Marco wants to move in this position, and he wants to restrain the one to the south of him. As an action, he doesn't want to deal with these guys, so he wants to.
What?
So he's asleep though.
Oh, he's
What if
asleep.
he wakes up?
Yeah, so if you tie him up.
Okay, yeah. So you can use an action to like. What are you gonna like tie him up with a rope or just grab him?
With my rope. No, with my rope, tie him up like hog tie him.
Okay. Sweet. So you hog tie him, and he's asleep, but he's also now like definitely well restrained. And it's his turn. He like doesn't quite like wake up as you're tying him up. Sort of like wriggles around like somewhere in sleepland. He's like aware that he's become a bit restrained, but nothing happens. And this spined devil over here now kind of like turns and like, and it flies at. It's gonna fly at Kensei Kenway, and it's going to. Yeah, it tries to bite you, and it misses. It tries to fork you. It's just like an actual fork.
Misses.
Fork you too!
Sorry, quick question. Do you use flanking at all?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I don't.
Cool.
But we could. I mean, if everyone wanted to, we could consider bringing it in.
I like flanking, but I don't like it in this scenario because it's very close for me to get flanked. So let's not.
Maybe we can have a chat about it and see if we all want to have flanking.
Like, I remember conversations with the Minds of Fandel where it's like, yeah, flanking's kind of good, and then the only time that ever came up was when the party, got flanked.
Yeah, I mean, it does add like another layer of complexity, which personally I think is cool. But I've never I've never run flanking myself. I've always not used it. But yeah, maybe we can see what everyone thinks later on. But this thing fails to do anything, and Gennaro.
Okay. I am probably just going to Mind Sliver it again. Sorry, mine's a bit laggy right now. Did that cast?
Yep, that cast. Okay. Intelligence save. It fails save.
Okay.
Do you think you might benefit from reducing the quality of your display?
I'm not sure. It's not too bad. It's just like a couple second delay there. It's why I'm having trouble with some of the stuff you're saying.
Okay. It goes down. Its like head just kind of like is like pumped full of this psychic energy, and it's just all of this like black blood like starts to like pour out of its eyes as it just like goes limp next to Kensei Kenway and just like collapses on the ground dead.
Just gonna walk over and sit on one of these crates, exhausted, and just like I've done my part, and just kind of take the edge off. And my turn.
So just so you know, when you walk over here, these are like crates and things that are a bunch of them have like kind of old like blankets and tarps and things over them. But you also you can clearly see like all like various like pouches and you know daggers and like halberds and swords and things kind of like all piled up amongst these boxes on the wall and everything. This is like clearly the stash of weapons and stuff that was taken from Wellham and from various other victims.
Okay, with that knowledge, I'll grab a blanket and wrap it around my shoulders as well. And then my turn.
All right, Cat.
I think Cat's gonna do nothing again.
Okay.
Cat's chilling.
Rat.
Wait, no, the action is just to hit at the rat. That's it.
The rat will look uncomfortably back at the cat. And then also at this weird weapon next to him, and sing something like, "Why are you so strange and spiritual?" Oh wait, can I even cast this? No, it has to be at a creature. My bad.
That's okay. You can change the target. Seeing as
It will
you
change the target.
seeing as you realized yourself, because I was about to say it has no effect. Also, I thought maybe you were viciously mocking the cat.
Honestly, it deserves it. It's just mocking my cat.
Okay. Well, let's get this guy here. I bet
right.
you do not know even the poems of Byron.
So vicious.
Yeah, you see him like he's like visibly saddened as like this memory crosses over through his mind of how like he never had the time to take up poetry reading. But at least that's what you assume is going through his mind. As a tear rolls down his cheek, and it's enough to distract him from maintaining concentration on spiritual. Wait, what is it? Sorry, not spiritual weapon. On his shield, and his shield goes down.
Very good.
All right.
That's my turn.
Okay. Now he will respond by, as you're like kind of singing at him and you've insulted him, he like points at you across the room and it's in his loud booming voice that seems to like come from almost like multiple locations at once. He says, beg. And give me a wisdom saving throw. John Lamar.
Please let me. Oh
Ooh.
dear. Oh no.
That's alright, it's not that serious. It's just grovel. Should have said grovel. You just fall prone.
Yes. Okay.
And it's really worded, but I guess like the next turn you fall prone and end your turn.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm not prone yet. Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, I guess it's like, yeah, on your next turn.
Lame. Okay.
And I don't think, oh yeah, and then he's going to have spiritual weapon also attack you again, but you're not prone yet. Ooh.
Oh man.
As a reaction, can I cast Silvery Barbs?
Yeah.
Vicious Mockery, that would be a disadvantage.
Oh, because it is him doing it through, yeah, that's true. Okay, it would be a disadvantage. You can hold off the silvery barbs before we find out if it actually... Nope, I don't think that will hit anymore. Okay, it doesn't hit.
Oh. Good.
All right.
Yeah, stop with the crits. Stop it. Bad.
I don't like those.
All right, Alina.
Alrighty. So, how close is this? 15 feet. That's a thing. Okay, I might have to dash to get over there. I think I do.
No, I don't think so.
No.
You can do that.
It's
Sorry,
Okay.
I just did it.
Nope, that's good. That's good. Please do. Please do. All right.
I don't like moving other people's characters. I feel like it's like, what? Let me go. Let me down.
I can be gently guided. It's fine.
all right. So, Adrian, on the soundboard with the dripping sound you have, you must have the like Dragon Ball Z like teleport sound. Do it.
I don't know if I can do that one. Was it just the same? Like, no, now I can't do it. There we go.
Or you can do the just like this top end, just like.
All right.
I actually thought it was like a soundboard that you were doing. I thought that was so good.
Oh, thank you.
You'll have to keep me on my toes with the sneak attack thing, but so I think, can I sneak attack this guy?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, if you hit.
All right. Okay. Sorry.
Yeah, you gotta hit first.
I guess.
Yeah, it's not free damage, sadly.
That's a hit.
All right. So now we sneak attack.
I'm glad someone's rolling well.
That's rare. Let's be real. This is the only time in our entire campaign it's going to happen.
All right, so 6 from sneak, but you can also do the damage for the rapier itself if you scroll up and hit the damage button.
Got it.
Under rapier.
Nice.
Oh, nice. He is, he's looking severely bloodied at this point as you just come up and just shank him in the side. But he's still hanging on.
All right. That's all I got.
All right, Ethel.
I want
Finish
to
him
kill the
off.
guy. The same thing. Just a nice little firebolt. So yeah. I don't have many other attacks that I can do from afar.
Yay!
I'm sorry, this is the most exciting day of my life.
The highs and lows of this campaign.
The funny thing
gonna
is
be worth
that he's
it. I have
on
faith.
1 hit point, and so he dies.
Oh, the highs, the lows, my second high. Amazing.
Ethel.
Madame Hat.
Incredible.
And with that, we are out of combat, and you have a couple of sleeping dudes, one of them who's tied up on the ground.
Stole my
wait,
thunder.
Jean Jumor just start groveling just after the battle is
Oh yeah.
Just to no one.
No, my white pants.
Can we tie up the other guy?
I wanna search this sucker right here that I'm standing with.
Actually, as we get into combat, can I just walk over to this thing and go like, just like peek over the opening? It's like, are any more of you in there? Come out now to get thwarted. Like pointing the canabo at the wound.
All right, so firstly, somebody suggested tying up the remaining sleeping person. What was
Yeah. That was me.
that? Okay, so how would you tie them up?
Good question. I don't know if I have any rope.
You
I asked them
have
to just stay still.
no, you don't have any rope.
Okay, cool. I guess I'll look around for some rope because I don't know how long sleep lasts, but it feels like it's a bad idea to just leave him there.
Before she looks around, I just see her kind of look up, and I'm just like, oh, all the stuff's here, by the way. So if you are looking for something, there's a lot of stuff here. I think this is what we're looking for.
Yeah, I'll go check it out.
Can we just run my rapier through his chest?
I mean, you can also
at
do
him.
that. I was gonna maybe ask one of them some questions. Be like,
We
"What's he
only
doing?"
need
That's true. Actually, there's 2 of them. Go murder.
Like, my opinion is probably the one we already got. That actually looked
Yeah.
like better. Like, so I at least accomplished something. Can I please just smash my kanabo into his head? Just like vocalizing my kind of like just my inability to do anything but at least take hits and dodge.
Like which guy? Like this one, or
No, this guy that has not yet been tied up, and it's just like,
you just want to like maim him, basically?
doesn't look important at all.
yeah. I was saying that to you, the DM, but also to the party. It's like, can I at least feel like I accomplished something and just smash his head open?
Yes, of course.
That's it.
Always feel motivated.
All right, so you put him out of his misery. Although he was having a wonderful dream, and I wouldn't really say he was miserable, but
Tragedy.
anyway.
We could have left him alive.
And Alina, you're searching this corpse of this cultist. I'll say that you kind of like search a few of these corpses, and you do find some like modest silver jewelry amongst them. And also some gold and silver coin purses. So the gold and silver coin purses contain a total of 90 gold pieces from all of the corpses. The jewelry, you would have to have maybe a closer look at it to try to assess like how much you think it's worth.
Okay. Can I try to do that?
Yeah, give me an intelligence check. And if anyone has jeweler's tools, you can use that as well.
Damn, the one thing of many I don't have.
Oof.
You're not really sure how much this silver jewelry is all worth exactly. But you've got like 90 gold pieces at least in gold and silver coins. And also, so Kenzie, you also like yelled into the chest of this cultist. It echoes back at you eerily, but nothing else happens. And then Gennaro tells everyone that there's a whole bunch of loot over here. So you go over here to where these boxes and tarps and things are, and you find a whole bunch of weapons and supplies and things. And you also find, so there's like a bunch of stuff here. There's like a chain shirt, there's scale mail. I can actually, hold on, I will, just give me a second. I'll show you what these things are.
Well, as you look around that, you grab the blanket and throw it around Ethel. Like, you look like you had a rough time out there. Just like put it around your shoulder.
She's just like, you too, buddy, and gives you a little pat on the back.
So you find all that stuff, and you also find that next to these boxes, there's a large sack of some kind that appears to have a note lying on the ground next to it.
I'm gonna pick up the note, see what it's at.
Okay, you pick up the note, and it has a strange script on it that you're unable to read.
Do I know what language it's in?
Give me either an Arcana or Religion check.
I can't remember which one I'm hiring.
Can Marker also make his way over and assist with that?
Yeah, you can do that with your wide reading. So, Alina, if you want to give actually just with advantage.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, 17's enough. You can identify this as Infernal.
I speak Infernal.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Oh, it's not on your character sheet.
Oh.
Hold on, where are we?
Hang on.
Yeah, you've got Common, Elvish, Undercommon, Dwarvish, Abyssal, and Thieves' Cant.
I might have changed it before we start, like a couple days ago. I hadn't sent it to you yet. I'm sorry.
That's all right. Did you want to? Which one did you want to replace?
Undercommon.
Undercommon.
Uncommon. Yeah.
Okay. Oh yeah, Undercommon. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Sadly, this is not the scenario you thought, Adrian, where I'm the only one to know Infernal.
Alright. Okay. So you can read this note, and it says... it says this.
Ah. So, got some bad news. Looks like Baldur's Gate is next to be wiped off the face of the planet. But I think we should take this bag, because it's a magical bag. And can I open it?
Yeah, you can open the bag. I guess if you have a look into it, you can maybe give me an investigation check or an Arcana check. And also this this note that you've had a look at, it has like a symbol at the end of it, and the symbol looks like this. And seeing as you can read Infernal, you know this is a Z or a Z.
Z. Ah, we're being it. Of course, the main benefactor of this raid, Zim.
And you kind of like look at this sack, you like put something into it, and it still feels like as light as it was before you put something into it, and you reach in, you pull it back out, and you think that this is some sort of magical bag of holding.
Alright.
Ah, it's a bag of wonderful spaces and space galore. I understand.
So yeah, so you found overall like a whole heap of stuff, a bag of holding, a note, some gold and silver coin purses, and some modest silver jewelry.
Alright. Well, we can use this bag to carry this stuff back to the blacksmith. And question this fella. Maybe drag him along with us, or do it here.
So he's like, yeah, like it kind of like twitches as you say that, and actually like you see him like kind of open one eye, kind of like look around, and then like squeeze it shut again, like he's pretending to be asleep still.
Looking that. So, Kenway just walks over and just puts the Kanabo just sort of like on the nape of his neck and just slightly puts pressure on it and like leans on it, like holding his like crossing his arms over it and goes, just putting pressure slowly.
What do you want?
Hello, Papa.
Just let me die. I will go into Avernus to serve Zariel. Where you all end up. One day or another.
That was easy. We got the name of the asshole.
Who is this Zariel?
Zariel is the Lord. The only Lord.
Lord of what? This little group you have here?
I will not share any more information with you fools. I have nothing to say. Kill me, torture me, I don't care.
Alright, and I kick him in the balls. Respectful.
He just like holds his lips shut, like. He does that thing where he like kind of pretends to like lock his mouth and then throw away the key.
I want to know how he does that with being tied up, hog-tied, no less.
That's a really expressive mouth. You can tell exactly what he's doing.
His shoulder charades are so good that you know exactly what he's getting at.
Man, in the Pat's encounters, this guy was a rave at parties, I swear.
And maybe we can put him in the bag and take him with us.
We will not give him the sweet release of death.
It's not a sweet
If Ethel
release.
can't have it, neither can you.
If I can't die, you can't die.
He's with us for the rest of the campaign until Ethel dies.
Yeah, whenever Ethel dies, probably pretty quick, you can let this guy die.
But I don't want to carry him around. He's extra weight. I don't want to.
No, but the bag is very light.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
I'll tell him we'll hack him up into little pieces and carry him in this bag. And I walk over and I pull out my rapier. And like, start talking or you're gonna become part of this bag and you're not gonna meet your lord of whatever.
I care not what happens to me. Do as you will.
Ethel, hold the bag.
I'll give you a bag of holding as well. Is it Alina? Alina, you have the bag.
Yeah.
Bag of holding.
Can we add into inventory one cultist member of Zariel?
Entirely dismembered
I'm gonna
or
start
whole?
cutting off fingers.
No. And just with like a poster note saying open occasionally for air.
Yeah, I was gonna say anyone with some arcana knows that he probably won't last very long.
Yeah. On the outside of the bag. Make sure the note's on the outside of the bag.
Well, and let's say that it will give him some time to recollect on his life choices and figure out what choices have led him to this grisly demise of like Suffolk death by space area. Or whatever technical the area of the inside of a bag of holding is.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All right,
what is
I'm gonna
it?
start cutting off fingers and see how he reacts.
An outside dimension. He cries out in pain and just swears and yells at you various curse words in different languages and infernal and common, but he refuses to say anything else.
This little piggy went to the market, so that's a pinky. This little piggy stayed home. That's your ring finger.
Give me an intimidation check with advantage.
I'd say Kenway's applauding your creativity. With advantage.
He spits at you. Say nothing, I've told you. Do as you will.
This little piggy stayed home. This little piggy had roast beef. Next, middle finger.
And this little piggy went for the left side. I'm just gonna slam the Canavo like in the leg.
Where do you slam him?
In between the legs, right up into the nether regions.
Oh my god. Okay.
I would be fairly kind.
Problem. I try to kind of like do a little nut check with the Canavo, and it's just like, oh no.
So by this stage, he's like passing into like delirium, and you as you do, I mean, give me another intimidation check, I suppose, with advantage, but this will be a higher DC as he's like kind of like not even as responsive anymore. He's just kind of nearly fainted and just kind of muttering to himself.
Do you mind if I make this, Alina?
Yeah, go for it. Okay. I mean, you just took the full, golf course swing to his net. So
yeah, fair. So let's do intimidation with advantage.
With advantage. As he's kind of like sort of fading into sleep, he's just like, weapons and loot from Tiamat, loot from the people of Elturel, all for the dead three, and he passes out.
Good enough.
See, all you have to do is appropriate the right amount of touch to the right areas, and they'll sing like a songbird. And I look over to Ethel, who I see known for in past encounters writing stuff down. Please tell me you got that. I have a shit memory.
I think that Ethel's like just a little horrified and just kind of turns around and walks away.
Fair enough.
I hope you got it.
All right, first session. Torture, putting people out of their misery. I like it. I like this game.
And we're not even in hell yet. Oh boy, this is gonna be a fun ride.
We make our own hell.
We can't go to hell, boys. We're already there. Yeah.
I think Ethel just spends the rest of her time like copying down some of the sigils written on the walls and just like pretending that there wasn't like a man just brutally murdered her. And also continuing to contemplate death.
Yeah, these sigils they're just like kind of runes and magical sigils and things, so they don't really say anything, but they're definitely some sort of infernal runes and whatnot.
I guess Gennaro will just
go ahead.
Just kind of make a hand signal to kind of come over with the bag and start loading the loot up into it.
Yeah, that's what I was planning to do. Just go over and pack it up and head out.
So, yep, you can pack all of it into the bag of holding and leave with ease.
Alrighty.
So
wait until the survivors get a load of what we just did with the and just mentioning to the bag. Oh, they're gonna be shocked that we stuffed so many things into that little thing. I don't know why I just went Irish all of a sudden.
And I've
my inner DM is coming out.
I've made it so that if you go to the top right hand corner and click on the book icon, which is like journal entries, you should be able to see in there a handouts folder, and I think if you click there now you should be able to see something that says Wellham's stuff, and that will show you the list of all of the crap that you've shoved into the bag of holding.
No alcohol?
Oh yeah, actually I'll add some. We'll say there's I don't know, 5 flagons of ale.
I'm gonna hand one to Kensei and be like,
edit that to 4 flagons.
So Kenze, you take 4 flagons, did you say, or you just drink them?
Oh no, just edit it to be 1 flagon of ale as he takes a swig.
I don't know. I'm looking for like if I could put ale into your
Well, I'm immediately drinking it, so it's
okay, so you just drink it. All right, give me a con save.
Yeah, I was gonna say maybe that'll help your aim.
How much?
Let's see.
Are you a big drinker? Like, do you drink frequently?
I would assume so. Yeah.
Sounds like you do. Give me a con save with advantage.
Alright,
you already.
I just need to saving throw ADV.
You barely feel anything. This is like light beer to you.
Maximus a lightweight. But the story is we only found the 4, and one of the other bandits appears to have been taking a swig out of it. It was right retribution, it was.
Okay. Should we put this guy out of his misery as well? Since he'll never be able to have children.
Or play the trumpet.
Oh, he was never going to be a family man to begin with. So.
I mean, you never know.
I mean,
I feel like there's come
the
to
devil was in a way his child.
Yeah.
Well, then that deserves to be more rightly. It's bad enough that some people kind of like bring into these worlds kind of like ugly bastards like me. So it's if they bring something like that coming in, like, yo, they deserve death.
Yeah, I guess I'll just walk over and put my hand and cast Mind Sliver and just try and have the light fade from his eyes.
Alright, the light fades from his eyes.
Oof.
As you send a nightmare into his dreams. It's enough to kill him.
You died in that way, you died in your life. Alright.
Ready.
Next stop? What was the next stop?
Back to where we were?
Markar's definitely going to collect his rope.
Yeah, I guess you can get it.
And just...
Oh, you dropped out there. Angelo.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, definitely collect his rope, even though there's a bit more stains on it than last time.
Oh, just as a character.
It died. Get it? You head.
I will.
Where are you heading at this point?
Let's see. It was the blacksmith, the tradeway, and then the inn. Right? Is like getting closer and closer.
So you can remember the directions. Kind of where you are at the smithy. You could go like further east is where. Oh, if you head back to the smithy first, which is kind of like the only road down from this sort of cultist hideout. Then from there you could go further east along another dirt road to the trading post, or you could go south further in towards Elturel, towards the fabled Fawn Inn.
Alright, well let's, I guess, go back to the smithy and give him back his stuff.
If he's still there, anyway.
Yeah, so you go back to the smithy, and you do indeed find Wellham still there. Godric has gone. Wellham says, he's like overjoyed. Thank you for bringing back my things. I really appreciate it. Like I said, if you would like, I'm happy to give you a discount on any of these items.
Let's see.
Otherwise, I have little else. But did you find my alcohol? I would love to have 4 flagons of ale right now.
It's funny you should ask that here.
This is only one flagon of ale.
I said I only had the one flagon. There's 4 left.
Oh, you only drank one. So there's 3 left.
There's 5. I drank
was there
1, so
5?
there's 4.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah,
I
you said 5.
can't count. He says, thank you. As far as I remember, there were only 4. I'm not very good at counting, you see.
Also, here's the stuff we just drop the fucking, like, the bag of holding.
Did you bring the draft horse and the cart back? Did you take that up the hill, or did you leave it with the smithy?
I feel like we probably left it.
I mean, I did make the joke of turning it around, but apart from that, yeah, I don't know if we did or didn't.
We
so
didn't
that's
really
up to
say
everyone.
we did.
So you like pour all these weapons and things like out onto the ground right next to the cart. He's like, thank you. And he like stoops down and starts like picking them up and putting them into the No, he's like, do you mind if I borrow this cart to take these items with me? I will take them to follow Godric Ironarm to the caravan.
I'm thinking
Sure.
it'll be fine now that we have this bag. Sure, we can't carry anything else we find.
Wonderful. He packs up, puts some of this stuff on the... I don't know if you actually just dumped it on the floor now that you know that there's a copy. Anyway.
Just for the sake of like, do you see the small bag? Watch this.
So he's very, very, very impressed, as well as slightly miffed. He picks up these weapons and puts them in his cart and kind of takes this draft horse and like begins heading back up the road towards the caravan.
I'm gonna grab the bag back from Kensei and be like, so childish.
Marco looks at his friends and suggests, do you think we need a short rest? Since that took a bit out of us. How's everyone feeling?
I'm feeling a little woozy.
You know those good berries I gave you before? It might be worth popping a couple.
Ethel just stares off into the distance.
I'll say as well, like, given the situation that, this event has occurred and, like, there's a lot of stuff on fire and there's people that may be in situations that are relatively dire, that is on your mind when you consider taking a rest.
Perfectly fine. We could see what other dangers ensue. Come on, guys.
We could also take a mid-game break, actually, if you want to take a 5-minute break at this point. We're about, like...
Could use some water. Water would be good. Snacks.
Sounds good.
Yep, so 5 minutes.
Let's take a 5-minute break and we'll come back here and, you can decide whether you want to take a short rest as well.
Ooh.
So you're kind of like standing like outside the smithy at this point, and you watch as Wellham kind of takes the cart and the draft horse and pushes them back up the road towards where the caravan is. What would you like to do?
Marco, I'll just ask this party. No one wanted any extra bits and bobs from Wallum?
No, I do not think I could have used anything.
Like a 10-foot chain, a shovel, some manacles. They might come in handy.
You could have used those manacles earlier, actually.
Oh, yeah.
We were too busy dumping everything on the ground.
Well, if you wanted something, you could have just kind of like lay claim to it. but
You
no one
wouldn't have
voiced
noticed.
anybody to take it.
I actually thought surely somebody would do that.
I thought about it, but then you dumped everything on the ground, so it would have been real obvious to just picking it up and putting it back in the bag.
just pick up like some sort of pole arm, just like put it behind your back. Like,
Nothing to see here.
This was actually mine. It just got mixed in with your stuff.
Yeah.
I had an identical one.
I keep a lot of
There's my
things in this
name on
bag.
it.
And please disregard the brand symbol on the forge of your weapon. That is just a oddly weird coincidence that looks weird, similar to yours. Please disregard that.
I actually, I have the same symbol on all my weapons. 'Cause,
Listen, they gotta match, all right?
Yeah. I bought it last year.
Don't blame me if you don't remember.
Oh yeah, what do we think of the rest? Short rest. Does anyone need short rest?
I'm good.
I mean,
Gennaro,
I don't-
really ready to lay down.
I don't need it, cause
You said you
I
gave me
really-
berries, right?
yeah.
Can I just go shove some berries in Gennaro's mouth?
Eat, consume, feed.
Yeah, so I have
How
two
many
berries,
berries do we have?
right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you probably
In
need a few
total?
berries, I guess.
Yeah. Everybody had 2 each. So it was 10 in total.
Oh, I will give my berries to Gennaro.
All right, I'm feeling better by the second.
I will just eat one of my berries. So now I'll have a spicy 5 hit points.
As do I.
Oh, just does everyone know how to access their character sheet when they don't have a token?
No.
Just in the top right-hand corner, the icon with it's the actors directory. It kind of looks like 3 people having a Zoom session or something. If you click on that, then you should see a player characters folder, and then you can just click on your name in there, and that'll open up your sheet. So no long rest, short rest, long rest. It's like creep into a house and just go to
Let
sleep.
the town burn around us and just take a nap.
I always love the smell of smoldering wood and flesh in the air when I try to go to sleep.
Yeah, the sound of people's screams just really helps lull me to sleep.
Oh yeah, that's my ringtone when I try to kind of hit the old haversack at the end.
So no rest. We're heading out.
No rest.
onward, onward.
Okay.
No, only one person fell. If we get a minimum half the party, then we might just do a short rest. I'm kidding, of course.
We had the inn and trading post?
Yeah. Yeah.
I say we go to that trading post first.
Mm-hmm.
So we can see if there's rations and other things there we could use.
Okay.
Sounds good.
Alrighty.
Yeah, good.
All right. Okay, so from Wellham's smithy, you follow this road to the east, and as you're walking along the road, you see a couple of individuals coming in your direction from where the trading post is supposed to be. One of them is a female halfling, and she's wearing a hooded blue coat. She has shoulder-length red hair, and there's also a tall half-elf with her. Is kind of stooped a little bit and sort of almost kind of like at her heel slightly, and she's kind of like, she seems like a bit grumpy. She's kind of like, looks like she's sort of like shushing him or something. But he kind of has like a bit of a smile on his face anyway, and he seems to be like kind of consoling her. And they see you, and she says, and they're carrying a bunch of stuff actually. And you can see as you approach them that it is like a bunch of like kind of sacks of what look like bread and like seeds and kind of like maybe maybe some kind of food and things in these sacks. And the halfling sees you and says, and kind of like shushes the half elf next to her. Hello there. Are you going to the trading post? There's not much else out there, but we're actually trying to get out of there ourselves.
All right, I guess we'll again then hit the the inn. I guess then.
I'm so ready to abandon ship on the trading post.
If you wanted to go to the trading post, we did hear that there might be a way to get out of this place. There might be some people leaving. I'm very sorry. It's a very stressful situation. My name is Ibn. This is my assistant Paul. Points at the half elf, and he kind of like nods at you. She says, actually, have you heard about the caravan? Apparently there are some people getting together and trying to get out of here and maybe make their way to Baldur's Gate.
Kenway raises the kanabo and just points in the direction they came from. Back that way, some points, a gathering of people, a couple carts, you can't miss them.
Oh, great. That's lovely. Do you mind if I ask where are you going?
Making sure other idiots, citizens have survived and pointing them in the right direction.
The caravan is going to Baldur's Gate, if that's what you were asking.
She says, "Oh no, it's just that you're headed into my trading post, and I have to admit I'm a little bit worried about leaving it, even though I don't know." She kind of like looks around, like, "I'm sure we probably won't be returning here anytime soon, but actually, if you're looking for stragglers, there is someone nearby. His name's Billiam. He's a writer. He lives a little way off from here, and I've been sending as many people towards the caravan as possible, but he's a little bit off the track, and I thought I saw some strange creatures roaming about, and I have to admit I was a bit frightened to go in there, but I'm worried about him. If you're looking for stragglers, perhaps you could go and see if he's okay. Maybe tell him about the caravan. I'm not sure if he knows about it."
Okay.
Well, he's dead by now.
What sort of creatures did you think you saw?
I don't know. I heard lots of. Oh God, I don't know. The Paul, the half elf named Paul, says, it kind of like pats her on the back. Says, "I think maybe she just imagined it," and she kind of like snaps at him, like, "I did not imagine it. I saw. I swear I saw. I don't know, some kind of some creatures. They were moving between the trees. I don't know."
We'll check it out and see if anything's weird. If anything, I need to get up my kind of like smashing head ratio for today anyway.
Do you have any provisions, potions, or anything that could help with our allies' scrapes and bruises?
Oh, well, scrapes and bruises, not exactly. We're generally selling various kinds of rations and equipment and things. Actually, we've grabbed as much as we could, but we don't have the means to collect as much as we'd like. There's plenty of things in the trading post. Paul kind of like raises his eyebrow at her, like maybe she shouldn't be saying that to some strangers on the road. Like, I don't suppose you've got a way of maybe helping us take some more things. We could bring some supplies for the caravan.
We do have means, so we can gather what we can from the trading post.
And when she says means, Kenway just like dresses up the arm and just sort of like flexes a little bit, you know, not humble whatsoever.
Roll my eyes. Be like, I am not talking about Gigantor over here.
Ethel does too. Just a nice old lady flex, and it's not impressive.
However,
I respect it.
Ethel, yes, could definitely carry such means.
She kind of hesitates for a minute at this point. Maybe actually, Alina and Kensei, can you give me a persuasion check just to see?
I was not built to be the face of this campaign.
I was built to be the intimidator, the enforcer, not the persuader.
I'm sorry, are you saying Ethel's arm flex was not persuasive? Wow.
You give me a persuasion check as well if you like, Ethel.
My buttons.
I just want to see like how you're coming across. Like nothing in particular.
That's real.
Alright, you can't tell me Ethel wasn't persuasive now.
Yeah, Paul kind of like gives like Kenway a sidelong, suspicious look, but looks back to like Ethel and Alina, kind of says like, perhaps if you would be willing to come with us back to the trading post. He kind of like looks at Ibn, just sort of making sure she's okay with his suggestion. You might help us bring some more items back for the caravan. And Ibn says, but I'm very worried about Billiam, the writer. If we could wait a little bit at the trading post while you go and fetch him, would that be something you might do?
I'm gonna like take his wife's hand and like put their hands together and be like, you take her to the caravan. Our group of adventurers will take care of gathering your things and bringing it to you and checking on your friend as well.
He like draws a hand away as you do this, and like Paul also like awkwardly draws his hand away. She's like, "This is not my husband. This is the shop assistant at the trading post." And she kind of like looks at him like in disgust, and he kind of like laughs like, "It is true. I work for her."
And Markar just winks.
Well,
As them both.
regardless,
He laughs, and she's just like, "Oh."
Just disregarding that whole kind of like scenario playing out, just like getting back to the top of hand is like, and I promise I won't. We will not take anything of value. We'll just grab everything that's not nailed down, and we'll return it and like straight faced, like just dead, just not enthused whatsoever.
Jean Lamore will play a song, a romantic song that will try and add to these persuasive words.
Just like pulls out a lute in this moment as they've both like withdrawn from one another.
She's playing the tune from like Disney dogs parody. What was that?
Lady and the Tramp.
Thank you. Yeah, it's just that one kind of like scene right in front of like the kind of like the pizzeria. It's like, indeed the night, but beautiful light.
Paul, the half elf, sort of like elbows Ibn, kind of laughing. You can tell he's like he's got like a little bit of courage on him because like they're not, sort of don't have a clear pecking order anymore since they're leaving the trading post behind. Sort of nudges her, and she just kind of like, "Oh, shut up!" Like he's like, "Ha, it is funny." You should try to lighten up. How can I lighten up in a situation like this? It's terrible. It's just terrible.
Smile.
Oh, that is what I always say.
Oh yeah. Regardless of whether you're attached or not, just carry on forward and get yourself out of danger.
If you would like to collect some items for us from the trading post, perhaps I will send Ibn along to the caravan, but I will come back with you to let you into the trading post, as I have the key.
Ah.
Or we could just take the key.
It's like he's very insistent.
Do you say we could just take the key?
I don't know. It feels like a bad idea.
Do you say that in front of him?
I didn't say it.
Very subtly. We can just take it.
He says, what assurance do we have that you really are from the caravan? You seem trustworthy. I don't want you to take it the wrong way, but I feel it would be wiser if I come with you, just to oversee the task. I can also help carry some items, of course.
I'm gonna be painfully honest, if we were only here just to rob you blind, we would not be having this conversation.
Even kind of like, sort of now it's her turn to like elbow him, and he's kind of like, she sort of realized the situation that they're in. She says, oh, it's pointless anyway. Might as well just give them the key, and who knows if we'll ever see the trading post again anyway. If these people want, they could probably just rob us. She like whispers it to him, but you hear her say that. He's like, kind of like looks like uncomfortable, like, fine, if that is what you want. She says, do you have any way that you could show that you're gonna in fact meet us at the caravan?
Talk to the smithy and he'll confirm that we just returned all of his things.
She kind of like nods solemnly, and it kind of like indicates that Paul should give you the key. They both look pretty upset about this arrangement. Paul says, I do not see why I don't go with you, but I suppose we do not have many options, as you are obviously much bigger and scarier than me. He like kind of like digs around in his bag and like pulls out his key and sort of like cautiously like hands it over to you. Says like, I am trusting you. Please do not damage anything or take anything that you don't need. Bring it with you to the caravan. We will give you discounts on all of the items that you can bring and the items that we have. And she says, and please also find Billiam.
Yeah. Well, what does he look like?
She describes him as what does he look like? He's a human. He's very fashionable. He's got short blonde hair, but he'll probably be at his house, which is just like a little bit south from the trading post. You can't miss it. You could almost see it from there. It's just through a grove of trees.
Okay, so the trading post is closer than his place?
Right, just only a little bit. If you just kind of like follow along this road, she like points, like down the road.
Okay.
It's only a little way further.
I will say to like a player to them, if we go to find this person and end it in a confrontation, like it probably will happen, and then we can go back to the trading post. The people that don't need to take a short rest can just start looting the place for everything that's not nailed down, and to those that need a short rest can just sit there and admire how the efficiency of this loot goblin party can work.
What are your alignments?
Am I with some?
Oh yeah, you're true neutral. All right, well, fair enough. Oh, Ethel, you're also true neutral.
Let's go find Billy.
Chaotic neutral.
Elena, you're chaotic good.
Yeah.
Chaotic neutral. Alright, well. So they give you the key and then they kind of like...
You did advertise a descent into Avernus campaign. I don't think everyone was expecting to be like the goody two-shoes of the group.
They give you the key and you kind of realize that, like, although they feel like there's a chance that they're like handing over everything they own to you, they were gonna kind of like leave it behind and maybe never see it ever again anyway, and so it's a kind of a strange situation, but they decide to do it anyway, and they give you the key and you watch as they kind of like continue on towards the caravan with some of the items that they're carrying.
You know, I gotta say it, but at some point we need to discuss what we're doing here. Like, we need to be collecting something. If we get discounts everywhere and we have 0 gold, we're not going anywhere. Like, even if we're doing it for mincemeat pies, like, we're doing a lot of work here. We should be getting something.
Well, you did find some gold amongst the cultists who found 90 gold pieces.
Oh, I know. I'm just talking as Gennaro.
I definitely just pocketed that all. It's fine.
Wait, you just pocketed the 90 gold pieces?
Oh yeah.
How does everyone feel about PvP of that kind? Because like I don't usually just allow that sort of thing. Like,
no, I would probably share eventually, but I haven't yet.
I think Ethel's just gonna be like pathetically poor right in front of everyone. She's like, "Oh no, I have no gold for food," and so.
Okay,
then I'll take pity on her and buy food.
Alina, if you want to pocket the gold, we'll just retcon a little bit. When you pocketed it, everyone else, if you would like to set the DC for Alina to make a sleight of hand check against.
65.
You can say 65 if you want. This is to determine if anyone notices Alina stealing the gold. This is gonna
there was a lot of eyes around.
Oh, even with that such a good roll, I'm sadly that's not 65.
I was gonna say 18. So yeah.
Wait. So you think 18 is the DC? Is everyone happy with that? Or 65?
I was just pulling the leg. I honestly don't give a damn.
I just want to know what sort of like.
wait.
I just want an indication of like what sort of. Do you guys want it to be okay for other players to kind of rob off other players and that sort of thing, or just being that this is like the first session?
I mean, I
would
understand
like gold.
Yeah,
what, you would
honestly,
like gold? Did you say?
Yes.
Me personally and Kenway don't really give a shit. We're here just to smash face and drink alcohol, and like maybe some pirating and other stuff. Like that's really about it. Like the rewards from it, he could care less. It's just the activity of doing so that finds him like purpose in life. So, but yeah, that's my opinion. I don't care.
Anyone else?
Don't
I think
care
it's
either
like
way.
15 each divided.
You just want to divide it, or I don't mean to make it. I just wanted to, just because it's our first session, we haven't like.
I mean,
like Jean Lamore, if you're not comfortable with like PvP, then we can say that you saw Alina. Let's say that Alina pocketed it, but you saw her pocket it.
I'm thinking about it actually because Jean Lamore actually is just trying to find his sweetheart, so he doesn't really care that much about gold.
It's probably gonna come up that at some point that you're gonna have to ferry a bride to your sweetheart. That's when he's like, I needed that gold now.
Yeah, I probably will need to like eat and stuff.
I will just in the future, like, let me know anyone if you want to steal from the party or anything like that, and I'll do this approach again where I'll ask the other players to set a DC, and that way we can kind of do it in like situation, like on a case by case basis, and you can sort of role play it how you would like to role play it, and then maybe we'll kind of like suss out how to move from there. So in this case, are we agreeing that Alina has pocketed it and no one has seen it?
probably no one has cared to like see it as she was like putting the boxes. Like honestly, yeah, we're like going through some of the supplies and then inspecting like the broken like rib cage portal and like interrogations. Like
It was more of like not stealing it, but just like gathering and putting everything on my person. So I feel like everybody knows that I've like picked stuff off the body.
You have not taken the effort to divide it out just yet.
Right,
Yeah.
nobody's like sat down and like
It was
taking a look at everything.
I just put everything on my person, including the giant bag, and was just throwing everything in there to kind of move us along. So I wasn't purposely trying to steal stuff, but I mean...
Wait, you're a rogue,
you guys do. Yes, I am. Oh, it is
Inside check. No.
How dare you assume that I'm trying to steal from you? Are you rogue? Yes, but then it's
Are you rogue right
I think it makes sense to sort of ask it each time because I feel like the desire will change
Yeah.
as we get poorer.
I'll continue. I'll let the players set the DC for that sort of PvP. And we'll see how we go from there.
I'll be your sugar mama if you want.
Ooh la la.
I will not say no to this outcome.
It would be funny if like your bag of coins just like keeps getting bigger and progressively louder, and just none of us ever question it.
Yes. I mean, I can't just ruin my plan.
Yeah. And those stealth checks on the.
I now have disadvantage because I jingle every time I move.
My loot bag, it jingle, jangles, jingle.
That's good.
Alright, anyway, let's go find, I'm all for, like, let's go find the person, and then at that point, if anyone needs to take a short rest to recuperate whatever they need, then the other people that don't could just, like, loot the place and grab stuff that is not nailed down.
Okay.
Let's go.
Alright, so you
I
head...
feel like at that point, that would take some time. Sorry.
Say again?
I was just gonna say, at that point, I feel like looting would be enough to take for people to take a short rest at some point. Since it's half the manpower, probably. Anyway, I'm sorry, keep going.
That's alright. Yeah, so you head along the road a little bit further and you reach the trading post. It's obviously the trading post. There's kind of like some broken down carts out the side and like a signpost that says like Ibben's trading post. And you see another kind of like path like leading like through like a grove of trees. Are you heading towards Billiam's house?
Yes.
Oh, like you?
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, on the way, can Jean get any scent of a creature that's come on this path before?
Give me a perception check. You have advantage, like if it's a smell-based thing.
Advantage if it's a smell.
Sweet. Yep. Give me a perception check with advantage.
I smell. A smelly smell. That smells.
You smell like a lot of char and ash and dust and smoke, but you don't get the scent of any creature in the immediate vicinity.
Okay. Well, I guess I'll let the others know, but that I can't smell anything unusual.
And just because there's word of like something dashing in through the trees or something, as we're walking, I would like to take a look out to make sure that nothing just tries to reach out and try to ambush like the librarian or the elf and like insta kill them or something like that, you know. Just making sure.
Okay. Oh, the party overview thing is no longer... Okay. Interesting. Yeah, I was gonna just give... Yeah, that's alright.
Oh. Yep. I did kind of like just jump the gun a little bit. I do apologize for that.
No, that's alright. That's alright. I was just like struggling with a technical... I don't know, maybe some sort of bug. But anyway, yeah, because I was just gonna... What's your passive perception? Passive perception is...
Like, way better than that.
Yeah, like...
By like 3.
Yeah, I'll give you like maybe... Yeah, definitely better than that. So you're keeping an eye out for anything. But as you head like through this grove, you don't see anything. And on the moor, you don't smell anything, and you feel like maybe what was in these trees was indeed either in Ibon's mind or has moved on. You're not sure, but you don't see anything. But you head through this grove and you approach a relatively kind of modest house with like a bit of a sort of veranda on the front, like a porch veranda type thing. And as you're approaching, you see a human man standing there, who does indeed fit the description of short blonde hair, and he's wearing a very fashionable tunic and a high collared coat. And he's got a haversack on his back. And as you approach, you see that he's actually locking the door, as if he's just about to go out. And he kind of like turns towards you and says like, "Oh, hello."
Oh, hello, my friend.
Oh, hello, my friend.
Are you the Billiam?
Ah, yes, that is my name, Billiam Stradwell.
You must leave. There is a caravan to Baldur's Gate, and everyone is going. You should go for your own safety.
Indeed, that is good to know. I was going to actually look for a way out myself, but I thought before I do, I must chronicle this event. And in order to do so, I need to pick up my book. I have ordered a book, and I was on my way to the shop to pick it up before I was to try to find a way out of the city. Where are you from?
Everywhere.
Well, my father was from Waterdeep, and we have a great generation back. Jean Lamore sort of trails off.
I'm gonna nudge Ethel, wink, wink, nudge, nudge. You seem to be into the book thing. Maybe you wanna get it.
I think it's just like, where is the book that you're gonna go pick up after, a ginormous disaster?
You must understand it is incredibly important for a person like me to document this situation. I am an author, a writer, a historian of sorts. I had previously ordered a book from Tilly Sky at her shop, Open Sky. It is a little way closer to Elturel. I was going to go there simply to quickly pick up my book and my ink and my quills, which I have also ordered, and then to document this terrible, terrible event.
Good news.
Anyway,
I already have it covered.
I just kind of poke.
Sorry, go on.
I was gonna poke whoever's around the back and stuff, and let's get something from this person. His cloak looks expensive. I don't want a discount on writings.
Did I think somebody else said something as well?
Oh, I just said I am already recording everything that is happening, and I hold up my nice little book filled with a billion things that I've written down. And I say, we're stopping at the trading post for supplies. If you would like to stay with us on the way back to the caravan, you are welcome.
And Markar shows him the map that he had, which has already been updated with the crater.
That's just a large spot.
The big bookmark. So we've
The
been well
bookstore
documented.
still there? Is the question.
He says, my, that is very impressive. I have encountered other documenters and writers. But you see, I must contribute in my own way, in my own style. It is very important. Of course, if you could perhaps give me a quill and some ink, or even a book, I dare ask. I actually have on me, he kind of hesitates for a moment. I may have something to trade for such items. If you have them and wish to give them to me, then I will certainly not go to the shop where it might be very dangerous. On the other hand, perhaps you could you could join me and come to the shop, for I must admit it is somewhat scary to go in further to Elturel.
I'm just going to also ask, like, you know what is very powerful? Or I guess this isn't a question. For a book, is a drawing. How much are you willing to pay for our friend's drawing of the town right now?
And it's it's up to date. It's
Oh my god.
The only map of its kind.
Used car salesman's over here. Here we go.
Slapping slaps map. This thing can fit so many craters of Elturel, you would have no idea.
He kind of like rubs his chin a little bit awkwardly and says, perhaps you and I are competitors, and you do not wish to help me obtain my own writing equipment, but I simply must, for I am an artiste, and I cannot go without them.
What do you have to trade?
To trade for a book, you say? An empty book? Or a pen, a quill, and some ink? Those 3 items I require.
Marco will just flash a couple of those items at him. Huh? Some ink?
I was a little worried about what you were flashing because I don't really know much about turtle anatomy, so.
He says,
Get your mind out of the gun. It's not an erotic roleplay, alright?
I don't know.
So you kind of like flash like a bottle of ink?
Yeah, well, one of the items that he's after.
Which one do you want to flash? The ink or the?
Oh, okay.
Well, either way, he says, how much would you ask for it?
Oh no, what do you have to trade? I might be able to satisfy all those.
Okay, so which item is it? So you don't have. Well, I don't want to say what you have and don't have.
Yeah, so I've got cartographer's tools. So I pretty much got
So are you doing like the cartoon thing where you just like open your cloak a little bit and there's just like the ink bottles on like the inside and you just show them repeatedly?
Reach into my shell, just pull out ink bottle.
Yeah, I mean you've got
an arm and shell, pops out like a bottle of ink, sticks the other arm out, kind of like pops out like cartography school. Like, hold on, I got something down here. Sticks the whole body back in the shell. Let me find it real quick.
He says, I would have paid 10 gold pieces to Tilly Sky for a 1 ounce bottle of ink. He looks at your ink bottle and says, I am happy to pay that gold to you if you would part with it.
Well, since current circumstances, I am documenting this event as well. So you did mention that you had some other items that you might want to trade?
To be honest, maybe give me a persuasion check.
Okay.
He says, I do not have much. I have already paid, you see, for the book, and I only have a small amount of gold on me. When I say something to trade, I simply did not wish to be specific. But I do have some gold and some, basic items in my backpack, but only some clothing and blankets and other such things to survive on whichever journey I am to take next.
Mark looks back at his friends and says, I'm not going to make a trade for gold. It's just not happening. Because we need to document this if we run into trouble.
Well, I mean, we tried. We gave it a good try.
Will you not help me? Go to Sky's shop. It is dangerous in there. I will certainly come with you to the caravan afterwards. But
I don't don't know if we can help you if you're choosing to go into danger when there's other people who still need help.
But
There's the tavern, right?
That's
something we need to go to as well.
He says to you, Ethel, but surely you must understand as a writer, appreciator of writing yourself, that one cannot live without writing or reading. It is simply unthinkable that I go without it.
I'm clearly better to document this. I spent 100 years as a research librarian.
So,
it's fine. I got it.
So, before we do any other actions, does anyone mind if I do something, or do you wish to do? Does anyone wish to say anything to this man before I attempt to do something that might end this conversation?
Oh my god!
negatively?
Are we playing golf again? Or...
No, wait, hold on. You don't have the means to have this conversation while you're standing in front of him, I'm afraid. You would need some sort of spell to communicate telepathically.
Well, I'm just as a player, not as a player, not as a. I'm waiting to see if anyone's just sort of frustrated with the situation with this conversation.
I think we're ready to go.
I'm saying like, let's not metagame too much. If your character would do something, then. Well,
I just want to make sure everyone's on board for the Canway solution to come up. All right.
You can glance at them, but whether or not you can discern whether they would be happy with what you're about to do is maybe difficult to discern.
Canway doesn't really care for the characters. The player, is just making sure the players are just like didn't want to try anything before Canway steps up.
I'm just saying that's metagaming. That's all.
I mean, I just don't want to step on any toes of if someone was waiting their turn for something.
But
basically, what you're saying is, in the future, when you give us the side eye, you're gonna go a little off the beaten path with your actions.
But really trash with how your character is.
Yeah, just Kensei gives side eye, and that'll give us the make your final move.
Actually, well put.
I'm strapping that Konobo.
At this point, Billiam is going to say, thank you, I appreciate your time, but in that case, I will be going, I must go to the shop on my own. And he begins to kind of come down the stairs and makes to sort of walk past you.
And Marco says to him, watch out for those bandits as well, along the way.
He looks very kind of frightened to say that, but kind of tries to sort of get hold of himself and be like, I must do what I must do for my art.
And the demons in the trees.
Alright, so as he attempts to walk past, can I politely, respectfully whack him on the side of the Kanabo and just do non-lethal damage just to knock him out?
Yep, I just say you just knock him out. He just falls over onto the face forward into the ground.
Wow.
Yeah, I guess that works.
She tells us to take care of her friend, and you knock him out?
It was for his own good. Oh my god, I cannot stand the Frenchman. Oh.
And I'll kind of look at them what?
It's actually going to what? But Kenway will then kind of pick him up and sling him over the shoulder and go let's face it, he was going to walk into death, and I didn't want to hear the teary sob story from the two people we just met. For all well and good, we found him like this. We decided to bring him back with us. He will be alive. He may not remember what much after this, but he'll be alive.
All right, I know this isn't the most not courteous, but it's just not the most. I'm dropping the word right now. Moral thing to do, but Ethel, do you want to look in his book? Maybe copy a couple notes. Make sure his book isn't any, good, better than yours. This is a chance.
Make sure he's not plagiarizing other works of fantastic literature.
Yeah.
I thought he didn't have his book yet, and that was the whole point.
Oh yeah.
I thought he was writing it already. So
he wanted to go and pick up his book. He had ordered a book from Open Sky's shop, and he was going to go there and pick it up.
Who knows what's in his bag? He might have other writings in there.
Let's just go to the training ground.
She'll rifle through his things there.
I'm just trying to look up for you, Ethel.
I appreciate it. We
Make
better
sure
make
that our
sure I
mutual,
am
like-
the leading researcher on this event.
All right, so you
make
so,
sure that-
so you head back to the trading post with this guy like over your arm, over your
Yep.
shoulder. All right, you head back to the trading post and you've got the key.
I would just basically stand and like walk ahead of us just to make sure that like if we do see the person who's friends with him, we don't just be walking very publicly with him unconscious and very happy with him. Just trying to make in case we see this person that we kind of make a good show of it at least.
Give me a perception check. Okay. So you're keeping an eye out as you're leading the party back to the trading post. You don't see anything as you head back.
Everything looks clear.
Yeah, and you reach the trading post, and it doesn't seem to be anyone around.
All right. So, to those that requested the short rest, I think will be now is a good time as the rest of us. So let's make sure we can grab everything of use that's not nailed down.
To take a short rest, if you go back to that actors directory in the top right hand corner and open your sheet, under your hit dice there's a little short rest and long rest button. You can hit the short rest button, it'll open up a dialogue and you can just hit rest. And you can also roll your hit dice in there by just hitting the roll button.
And we're respectfully looting the trading post, right?
Gathering
Well,
from the trading
I think
post.
they expected you to gather the things, but it's just what you do after that, I suppose, as well.
Hey, I actually have a quick question for you, DM. Is there like a trading post? Is there like a solid sign that is like over the bread, or is it like just like painted on the front, or like individually stapled, like woodworked onto like the front of this establishment?
There's like like one of those sort of like two posts with like a post across it, and then like a sign actually hanging from it on like a chain, like kind of that swings back and forth. It has like painted on it in like what, like kind of faded white paint that just says Ibn's Trading Post.
Just so that if they have to restart over, they don't have to restart too hard. I'm going to take the sign so that they have it as well. You know, respectfully give it to them, saying, here's a memento of your past store. So,
so you're gonna try to like kind of rip how do you get the sign off the chains?
So it's like up to like two posts, right?
It's like kind of hanging on two chains between these two posts.
I just smashed the two posts with the
Respectfully, of course.
I'll say I'll say you can do that pretty easily. So you just have this like now like sign with like two chains and like and the top like bar.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. That's just on top of whatever we find in here to kind of like put in the bag of holding, or what if we carry and what claims as ours.
All right. So the trading post. So if you're gonna what do? You got the key. You kind of like walk up to the door.
I'm gonna just double check that there's nothing suspicious with this door.
What do you do to double check it?
I'm just checking like
For traps?
I feel like because I think I have thieves' tools, so I'm familiar with locks and things. So I'm just gonna like make sure there's nothing attached anywhere that would trigger anything.
Like just to the whole door and the lock and just kind of...
Yeah, like the mechanisms of the door itself.
Give me an investigation check.
While that's happening, can Marka just stay outside and keep watch as well? in case these other creatures come around that they've.
Okay. Yeah, no need to roll for that. I'll just say you're standing up, keeping watch. And Alina, you kind of like give this door like a once over, kind of checking the hinges and the handle and the lock and everything. You don't find anything.
Okay, I'm just gonna unlock the door and open it up.
All right, so you unlock the door and like turn the handle and push open the door. It's like you see this like dusty shop. They've kind of like drawn like some of the blinds and things, and so it's kind of like dark in here and dusty and like cluttered. And you see, you know, like a wooden counter and like a bunch of like shelves and things with just various items on them, like food items and breads and like cured meats and things like that.
Alrighty. I'm just gonna start packing up what I can find and what's necessary into the bag. And
Okay, I'll show you what's in here in that case.
the giggling always makes me unnerved because I don't know what's happening.
Okay, so you can find all of these items in the shop.
Just shove a giant barrel in the bag. Yeah, why not?
Ooh.
Ooh, a map case. I yell out the door to Turtle Man. Because I don't think we've actually learned each other's names. And I'm like, hey, there's a map case in here.
Right. A map case. Fantastic. Certainly make more maps now. Keep me
just kind of like comes up, look at this, and he's just like wielding the portable hand of kind of like battering ram or whatever it was. Yeah, the portable ram. No wonder they couldn't take everything they had.
And yeah, I'd say especially because you emptied it out earlier. I forget exactly what the limitations are of a bag of holding, but you can definitely fit all of this crap in there.
500 pounds.
I was gonna say 500 pounds. I thought too, so I think you're on point there.
Nice.
And with ladder, just like standing there, like feeding it into the bag.
Does it? I feel like it does have a size limitation as well.
I have no idea.
But I will say like it's not that big of a ladder. Like I don't see why you can't do that.
Maybe it like folds in half, like one of those 10, like you know how they fold in half and then they
Actually,
fold up.
let me pull up like the stats for the bag of holding real quick, because
It has a not exceeding a volume of 64 cubic feet. So
I think we're fine.
yeah, that seems fine.
Okay.
Yeah, could be a rope ladder.
I wanted to like
Ooh,
comically
yeah.
like push it into the bag.
Do we hear it clang like 3 seconds after it like disappears in there?
It's like strangely like you can't hear any sound escaping it even.
Oh.
One of the items loots, he kind of like picks something up and just hands it to Jean-Lieu. He just hands you a vial of perfume.
Oh, finally civilized goods. Thank you.
Yeah, if you enjoy that stench rot. Anyway.
Maribel will love how I smell when I see her again.
I didn't think
Yeah,
we
you
were
gotta disguise the mess in blood.
take that off our tab.
Just so we know, Maribel, she is of the small furry mammal persuasion.
She's the beautiful lady of the human kind. Oh wait, no,
How'd
not the
that
human
work?
kind. The 1 second, gnomish,
Oh,
a beautiful
Oh.
gnome lady.
and do you have a description in case any of us spots her?
Oh, he just goes on about like poetic nothings about how she is. Like he has a terrible description.
Facts! We need the facts! Skip the spinning rims and give me the facts!
Oh, Maribel, she's so lovely. Oh, so clever. Eyes like lightning.
I don't think there's a gag in here or anything for Kensei or.
La 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 la.
And at this point, actually, Billiam begins like stirring over your shoulder, like, oh, what has happened? You just hit him again. You hit him again, like a little bit of blood like starts coming out of his head this time, and he like falls like unconscious again.
I had the image of you turning around and hitting his head on the post by accident as you were making your way.
They don't happen to have any books in the trading post, right? That would be so nice and convenient.
No, there's no books, unfortunately. Books are pretty expensive.
God.
But yeah, there's none in the trading post.
I'm just gonna go outside quickly and grab like a handful of dirt and then just like rub some on his collar and a bit on his like shirt sleeves so we can have some plausible deniability and come up with a little story if anything happens or he wakes up at the wrong time. And just look and make it look like something happened.
I mean, didn't someone put a bunch of the bandits to sleep earlier, or?
We did warn him about bandits on the trail.
I'm pretty sure he can now say we just knocked him out.
I mean, he could say that we knocked him out, but we could just say it's for his own benefit. We didn't want to have the time to deal with finding a book for one person when his life is on the line. Like, we'll take it up for kind of like we'll take it up for what is left of the guards of this crater of a city later.
But how many more times are you gonna have to hit him? He's already bleeding.
I don't mind hitting him, but I have no problems.
Yeah, every hit though makes our explanation a little worse.
Well, it's case in point that maybe sometimes when you ask someone to help, maybe be more specific on the help that you're looking for. They said they wanted to bring him back alive. He is alive. Did not care about the condition of his body or his form or his clothing.
He is safe now.
We should probably get him back to the caravan. If we're done looting, we should.
Yes.
Yeah, sooner than later.
How many, is there, anyone just sort of, scrambling or walking around? Can we just drop them off with someone? It's like, hey, take him to the caravan. It's like,
I'll say that, if you kind of search around a little bit, you can find some other people that if you talk to them, they also may be going to the caravan.
I was going to say we should have checked his things, because he seemed pretty hesitant to tell us what he had to trade.
Listen, I already hit him. I already feel bad for the guy. If you want to pickpocket and try to
I didn't say I was going to pickpocket him. I was just going to look it over. I didn't say I was going to steal anything.
Okay, forgive me. Observe the inventory of this one specimen.
Yes. Exactly. Just doing a quick check to make sure he doesn't have any explosives or anything that could kill us. That's fine.
Or any affiliation to the cult that seems to be dealing
Exactly. See?
I love how you're doing the American weapons of mass destruction defense.
Listen, alright, I did say that I was playing a very, brash character, and, well...
I'm talking about Lady Jinx.
I mean, also true.
Alina, if you want to... Do you want to search him?
Yes.
What are you doing? Searching his clothes, his backpack, both?
Yeah, just pockets, backpack, whatever he has.
So
just
you
basically
don't...
feeling him up a little bit.
You don't find anything in his pockets, but when you go through his backpack, you find, like he said, a bunch of blankets and clothing and stuff like that, but you also find a pouch of gold pieces in there, and you count them, and he has a lot of gold pieces. It's clear that he's taken basically his entire savings, and you can tell he's got a little bit of money as well. He's wearing fancy clothes and stuff. You find he's got 53 gold pieces in this pouch that you find in his bag.
Okay. I'm gonna leave it. I just wanted to see if there was anything else of value other than gold that he was talking about trading.
Yeah, like you don't. But he's got like kind of warm clothes and like hot weather clothes and things like that, and some blankets and stuff like that. But yeah, not much else. It looks like basically what somebody would have if they were leaving their house and becoming a refugee.
All right, no bombs. We're good.
Oh, you do find some bombs. I forgot to mention.
So after the thorough detective work of inspection, we will cut to me dropping off with some people. It's like, yeah, we find this guy like knocked out in the woods. If you want to take him back to the caravan, there should be like the people at the trade post that wanted to see him. We're gonna keep looking for other stragglers. So you're doing fine work. Just
I'll say you find like a couple of people with like a mule, and they've got like some kind of like bags and things on their mule, and they've heard about the caravan. And they tell you, and they're heading in that direction, and they take this man from you, and give me a deception check
with advantage because it seems to be on the point.
No, just a flat deception check.
May I add something that?
Yeah.
He might be delusional after such a head injury as you can see. So he may say some strange things.
Sorry.
With a help action from
both of you give me a separate deception check.
Ooh.
And also, they might be afraid that he's going to wake up and.
Wow.
When you tell them this story, they immediately like start like they like whisper to each other, and they look at you like very anxiously, and they start like kind of like moving their mule like, come on mule, and they like immediately start going away like, sorry, find someone else.
Oh my god.
You will. Okay, so after trying to play the diplomatic approach, Kenway just drops it and is like, "You will take this man." And can I intimidate?
Yeah, give me an intimidation check.
Listen, I tried this diplomatically. They did not take it. So guess what? We're going Kenway style.
I'm just gonna like put my face in my hand and like shake my head like, bye.
Do we have to pass the caravan to go to the third place we're going to, or
no? It's like we have to go back to the caravan, then come like it's going roundabout to hit the to go to the caravan.
You can bypass the caravan by kind of going back to the smithy and then sort of heading back down to the caravan without going. Down to the inn without going directly to the caravan.
Gotcha.
I'm just saving some steps.
But yeah, these people, yeah, immediately they're like, yes, certainly. They quickly like come back. The man and the woman, and there's like a child as well. Like all three of them like kind of grab like Billiam and like try to like pull him over and like kind of pick him up and like put him on this like on this mule. They're like, oh yes, sorry, didn't mean to offend. See you at the caravan. And then they quickly yeah, quick, come on, let's get the fuck out of here.
Gives like the serious look as they walk away, just hurts the group with a big smile. See, the right touch.
Yes, I'm so glad we're now resorting to intimidating families with small children.
Yeah, it's been a good day so far.
Right.
Not a good guy. Like I don't know what.
Here's something.
He was a pirate. He's being nice, all things considered. He's not killing innocents. He's not robbing them blind. He's being nice, all things considered.
That's true. You could have left him behind. You could have taken his gold.
For his own good.
Like,
So I guess the last place, the tavern.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, actually, I'm thinking at that point, let's maybe call it a night, because that's probably our 4 hours, so like we can leave it there and pick it up next time.
Cool.
All right.
Cool.
I'm fine with it.
Yeah, it was great. Thanks.
That's good.
Yeah, awesome.
Thanks
It
for
was
playing.
nice to get to know everyone.
Haven't regretted it yet, huh?
Listen, I only almost died once, so I feel like we're doing a good job.
No, keep Ethel in the back.
Yeah.
No,
We all
don't let
need-
Kenway be in conversation.
Oh,
That was why like Rain was afraid he was the only one that knew Infernal. Because then Kensei would have to do all of the interacting with devils.
I mean, I feel like his style would work in hell. I don't know.
Yeah, true.
yeah. I figured hell, infernal, might be necessary. So it's like, might be handy.
It's a good thought. It's a good thought.
Also, what do you mean his style? You're all complicit in these acts.
What do you mean?
I didn't know he was gonna knock him out. I wasn't sure where he was gonna go. So.
Well,
I mean, I gotta say
thought
that. Yeah, I support that actually. It was a waste of our time.
It's pretty stupid to let him go and get a book. I agree.
If Ethel is gonna get her work published, she can't have competitors.
Yeah, Ethel was
That's
ready
what
to
it's really
kill the
about.
guy. She's gonna put him out of his misery too.
Actually, if you think about it, it is nicer to knock him out and save him than it is to let him go into Elturel to try to like get a
To
book
do
and
some
potentially
book.
die, like for his own good. Of course, now he has nothing to live for, but that's, I guess, tomorrow's problem.
I mean, somebody's got to have some paper and a quill, right? Like, it's not like it's uncommon to have those things.
not like
True.
we robbed him blind. He could go find it at the
Oh
next
yeah, he
fighting
could totally
post or
buy some actually.
Yeah, he's got money, so I know he's not gonna go without. So
And that's
true.
why you had a look in his pockets. It was,
yeah,
yeah,
for his own good. We were talking
for his own good. I like this slogan. For their own
That's
good.
our groups. Like,
That's the,
we did it for their own good.
That's the slogan for the campaign moving forward.
For the good of all, we do what must be done.
For the good of all, we do what we want to do.
Wait, is there anyone who's good aligned?
I'm chaotic good. Does
Oh,
that count?
okay, cool.
Yeah, I mean, chaotic good. It fits with for their own good.
Yeah.
I don't know. And we got neutral good. Markar's neutral good.
Okay.
Nobody. Yeah, everyone's like neutral or chaotic at least.
Ethel is true neutral, only a researcher and nothing else.
Ooh, nice.
You only care about knowledge.
And publication.
Exactly.
Publication at all costs. Typical scientist.
Researcher, eat researcher world out there.
Eliminate the competitors. All must be for the good of. For Mrs. Hot.
Listen, do you know how hard it is to get funding to go to hell? Ethel is gonna be so lucky on this thing.
They'll be hearing about these kind of like documentaries for years to come.
All right. Awesome. Thanks, guys. Good first session. I had fun.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And
And no level up, right? We're still going to continue on
Yeah.
level 1 characters.
actually, make a level if you would like. Or I suggest making a level 2 character and sending it through to me. But we'll continue at level 1 for a little while. But I don't know. Maybe next session we might level up midway, so it'll be good to have them there.
Cool.
Okay.
But yeah,
Okay.
not just yet.
Alright, fair enough.
All right.
Cool.
Cool. Thanks for
Good.
playing, everyone.
Thanks very much.
It's good
Bye,
fun.
everyone.
I'll see you all next week.
you.
Alright, yeah, bye-bye.
Yeah.